starting screen on for a long time.
Shame on you.
Shame on you.
Shame on you.
What episode we on?
We like what? 15?
17.
My bad.
17.
With Van Lathan here.
Yeah.
Van Lathan.
What's
Van
up?
Lathan. You know what I'm saying? Shout out my boy Van Lathan in the building, man. You know, we tried to get some chili before we even start going live, man. Van Lathan, you know what I'm saying? He was the first nigga that lied to us, man, out there when we when we left the platform. He was the first nigga that lied to us and said he could get us some money.
I was trying,
Ain't got
bro.
that shit.
Y'all did. I was trying, bro. It's trying to sell it to the white people, bro. It's different.
So we white blackballed.
I wouldn't say that y'all white blackball. I would say that, like, for me, when I was doing it, because, you know, I'm talking to the people at Spotify or whatever, talking to different people and stuff. It was just kind of more about they wanted to see it longer.
Okay.
They were like, we want to see how the brand grows over 6 months to a year.
Okay.
And by the time 6 months to a year come, y'all not gonna fucking need nobody. So I was
It's
trying
been
to
6
tell them,
months.
Get in now, huh?
It's been 6 months.
How's the brand?
We still want some chili.
How's the
saying,
brand?
how's the
We
brand?
got you here.
I'm saying, how's well, you tell me. Well, tell me how's the brand?
We got you in
Let's
here.
re-up. Let's go back. How's the brand?
Let's go back.
How's the brand? Let's go back.
The brand is going.
We selling out shows. We got some shows.
What y'all don't understand though, or what people don't understand is, if I was to bring somebody like to something, that's good for me because I would then be making money off y'all.
100%.
Oh,
I'm trying to be the Jerry Heller of this NWA situation.
Wrong person that you try to be.
Fuckers with no Vaseline.
What do you think about it? I'm trying to get rich.
So you thought you
bruh.
was finna get a percentage, huh?
No, not off y'all.
He was gonna get something off the back end.
Off the back end, not off y'all.
Smac.
Not off y'all.
It's a finder's fee.
I don't need y'all to bust it down, but
It's
the
the
white
fi-
people,
it's
they
the
can
finder's
pay.
fee.
Yeah, it's the
I mean,
finder's
look,
fee.
if you bring somebody in, you know, music-wise, you get them signed, you get a finder's fee, so that's
Right.
fair.
Oh, that's how the A&Rs work.
Yeah.
Give me a deal. Hey, we got you on the back end, young man.
And to be real with you, I still think that this podcast and y'all together and everything that y'all doing represents an incredible hole in the marketplace. Because a lot of these different pods that you see, a lot of these different places, they are either you got Nori and them in Miami, and you got everything else happening in New York, New Jersey, tri-state area, where everybody else is going on. So the LA, the West Coast, y'all are the ones that have the opportunity. Obviously with Brown Bag as well, y'all are the ones that have the opportunity to kind of build that voice and that hip hop voice from right here. So somebody gonna come along and give y'all a bag. It's just, am I gonna be able to get rich off of it too? Is the question I ask myself.
Where do you
know
put
what I'm saying?
yourself in that though? Like, cause you based here too.
But I think what I do is a little different. What I'm talking about specifically is hip hop, street culture, West Coast culture, which is something I would never even try to give on a podcast.
Yeah.
Because y'all from here and y'all represent that. What I'm giving people are current events, overarching black culture topics, politics, science, things about that. You know what I'm saying? When I'm talking about people that need to tap into a podcast that talks about LA, that is LA, that feels like LA, y'all are that movement. You know what I'm saying?
Because there's a million times Van done called me, and I have to break down like hood shit to him one-on-one in LA. Different hoods, like who's beefing with who, because he's really infatuated with
Oh, so you snitching on the phone?
How's that
About who's
snitching?
beefing?
To the homie.
Is that snitching? Can you?
So you try to get the game from AD and then go take it to your boss that fired you over there at TMZ.
We weren't.
When he fired you over there,
one thing
you know what I'm saying? You was the black nigga they had to go
One
call.
thing I can say.
Oh, you guys should never scream that Kanye.
I wasn't doing it. I wasn't doing the thing. actually, TMZ, being the TMZ nigga is the reason why I kind of
Being the
needed to
TMZ
figure
nigga
out
sounds crazy.
where I was in different places. Because they'll be done a story on a rapper, or they'll be said something, and then niggas will press you. Niggas will press you from having been on the site of a story that you had nothing to do with. Raquel be done a story, and then you'll be out somewhere, and they'll be like, hey, bro, why I can't get? I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So when I first started meeting AD, I started kind of learning my way around the city and stuff.
Oh, you needed some protection.
Not protection. See, look, but here's the thing, though. This is what this is
Oh,
my
but
thing.
AD was getting some of that TMZ money, and
I'm
you
from
getting
Baton Rouge,
extorted.
right? And so I know for damn sure that if you come to where I'm from, you're not just gonna move around without knowing where you're supposed to be and tapping in with who you need to tap into. So my respect for LA and my respect for my adopted city just means I need to know what's going on where things are happening. You know
That's
what I mean?
crazy because the homie just called me. He said I'm getting bigger and bigger doing this, and he from out here. No, he not from out here. He be like I'm big, but he was like I'm bigger. I'm getting bigger and bigger doing this, and he was like I gotta choose a side. And he like, what side should I choose? Because you gotta have like some people to know. It's either Crips or Bloods. What am I supposed to do?
Not
Guide me in the right way, because if I get into some shit, I'm gonna get robbed here. Is
that how he worded it, though? No.
Here.
Wait,
I gotta
T-Rell.
have some people under my belt.
no.
Wait,
But
T-Rell.
go ahead.
Wait, T-Rell. But he worded it like that. Like,
Yes.
who do I choose, Bloods or Cribs?
Yes.
What was yours response? Who was bitch?
Come fuck with us.
That nigga over here, No, but
Come to Fig, bitch.
You know, when niggas talk to me like that, I send them over to AD, man.
for sure, I'm gonna run the race.
Yeah.
Hey, no, but the way that Van conducts himself, like, you don't have to choose no side when it comes to shit like that. Like, when I met him, he was lit at the TMZ parties, bro. You know what I'm saying? Around a gang of white women, they treating him like he Black Jesus and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
These
I
are the
promise
white
you,
women
bro.
that worked at TMZ. All right, I didn't bring no white
They
women
was
to no
praising
TMZ.
him.
What the fuck were you doing at the TMZ party?
So yeah, I was
Being
you know what I'm
mad at
saying?
Kanye.
But
Yeah.
see, here's the thing though. AD, me and AD, it was like a trade-off. Cause AD was in with the people at TMZ.
Facts.
So we would cover AD. Like, we took a great interest
Oh, you used to call
AD
TMZ
career.
on yourself.
No, I never called TMZ on himself. But we would send, if we knew AD was out somewhere, AD is such a solid nigga. And he was such a good nigga to everybody. And his energy was so good. He was one of the only people in the office that had everybody in their room for him. Everybody. You know, he had Raquel, he had fucking Chad.
Mike.
He had Mike, everybody room for him. So we see AD, we give him love. And that was I mean, that's how we got to know each other. You know what I'm
Facts. And I said that they was treating you like Black Jesus. There wasn't too many black people in the room, and I'm right there with you too. I'm like, hey, so I like that guy right there. You
So
feel me?
y'all guys, y'all really got something in common. Y'all was in there doing too much for the white man. You know what I'm saying? And it really didn't boil over like
And
you
then
really
they
thought
fire
it was
your
going.
asses for 4 jokes.
For some bullshit. For some bullshit, you feel me? Then you preached on some shit like he preached, when Kanye did some shit. Then, you had that preach when old boy Richard Spencer came up there. You had that long little talk.
Oh, it's the
And
same shit.
It's kind of
Over
like
and
the
over and over
same
again.
thing. Like
Yes.
it's like the cycle,
Okay,
bro.
look,
It's like
look.
really
So let's-
nothing you really could do.
Let's reel it in. He the one that called me about the Richard Spencer thing. I didn't know nothing about it.
Oh, so he was been telling.
No, he called me, was like, hey,
How I'm telling about some shit that happened on no jumper. This nigga wild.
hey, look, I didn't even know the interview happened.
T-Rell's a piece of shit,
How the
bro.
fuck I told about some
So
shit
it's-
that
so it's
happened on
bad,
no
huh?
jumper? You know what I'll say?
Oh, so Ben was playing both sides.
Nah, I
No, he
wasn't playing
wasn't.
both
He
sides. I
wasn't. He
wasn't
wasn't.
playing both sides. What I was wondering though, just to be honest with you, is so I'm at TMZ and I'm there that whole time, right? Kanye shit happened, but I had been on my shit at TMZ. Like, my thing at TMZ or at any spot like that that's run by white people was making sure, to the best of your ability, that you maintain some sort of cultural integrity in the room. Because if you're not in the room, then that's how things get out of whack. And I give people an example of something. You don't necessarily have to be racist to do something that is so disproportionately hurtful to black people. There's a certain level of power to where if you don't care, it's the same as being racist. So if you talking your shit, you joking with your friends, whatever, you a white person, whatever like that, whatever, you say whatever, your friends might understand the joke, it might not come off as inherently racist. But if you are a place as big as TMZ or as big as any of these places like that, you have to have some type of sensitivity because the voice is so big that just not caring the way it affects black people, it's the same as if you were trying to fuck over them.
But keep it G though. Do you feel like in that moment Kanye he was just misunderstood and it just came off the wrong way? Because you know he didn't intentionally mean any hurtful or like malice against our people and our culture.
So I wasn't necessarily talking about Kanye, but this is what I'll say about what I was talking about. So it's important to be able to be in the gap and stand in the gap or something like that. The no jumper situation is, for whatever reason, Richard Spencer, who is a Nazi, an actual Nazi, not playing around like a real Nazi, comes on to No Jumper and the interview is being had and Richard Spencer is talking to Destiny and everybody all knows now Adam had asked me to do the interview. And there's no discussion really about how you go from being an actual Nazi to where you are now. And that's white. Is white people get to do all kinds of abhorrent, terrible things and then just go, hey, I'm different now, I'm changed now.
I'm cleaned up.
I'm cleaned up now. And there's no discussion about what it is to do. But either one of us, you gotta go to the pen, you gotta get drugged through this,
Rehabilitation.
You have to come there, you have to show your ass all to society and prove that you are different than what you used to be. And so when I was looking at y'all, I'm like, yo, just to let y'all know, when I'm talking to AD, I wasn't trying to pump his head up. I'm like, yo, this actually does look crazy. In a real way, like this looks crazy, this isn't right. And when I talked to Adam, I'm like, you wildin'. Like you're wilding for having him up there. Richard Spencer was a part of the Unite the Right rally in Charlottesville, and people died. I'm not talking about some shit that happened to where like people died. They died because of the shit that he was talking. Hate crimes went up 17% during the time that Trump was president, and all of that was part of the white nationalist movement that Richard Spencer was a part of. If he want to get back in the good graces of society, he got some work to do. Now, the thing with Kanye is this. I don't really give a fuck what Kanye was trying to say. Like, there's a certain, what I could tell you is that since then, he said a lot of things that, he was definitely trying to get off his head. Like if you say you like Hitler or if you say any of those things. That's all things that Kanye West said. What it is my job in that situation is not to get played by somebody saying something and me not disagreeing. So if you say slavery, 400 years, that seemed like a choice to me, I don't give a fuck who you are. I'm gonna give you a little bit of game.
But did you feel obligated as the only black person in there that, you had to say something in that moment to protect the brand?
I felt not to protect TMZ, I was protecting Van Lathan. I'm from Baton Rouge. I'm the descendant of slaves. My father is buried right now at Venturous Family Cemetery in Maringouin, Louisiana, right? If I stand where my father's buried right now in the cemetery and I walk to the back, by the time I get to the back of the cemetery, it's slaves. You can trace my history, my family history, generationally, like by walking 20, 30, 40 feet. It starts with my pops, his line, my big mama, my big papa. Then you go back. By the time you get back there, you see born, 18, 17, died, whatever. There's slaves back there. So the people that raised me, they might be a little bit different than the people that raised everybody else. The people that raised me taught me respect for my ancestors, respect for their sacrifice, respect for what they had to go through, respect for the lives that got stolen for them so we could be up here and podcasting and stuff like that. And a nigga ain't made no beat dope enough to say that in front of me and me not to say something back. And when I did it with love because I loved Kanye West then. His music meant a lot to me. I wasn't trying to shine on him. I was just trying to let him know you can't leave us out there like that.
Well, he still like kind of shined a light on you. Did you? You know what I'm saying? Have you ever thanked anybody over there in this camp? Because after that, you've definitely it's been real lucrative for you.
I talked to him about it.
Yeah.
So after that happened, the album came out a little bit later on, and when the album came out, after a while, there were people that were like, "You and Kanye should talk." So I hit him, and we had a long conversation, and it was a good conversation. Like he told me, look, he said straight up. Now it is funny because he sent this long email, and I still have the email. I still have all of the times that we talked. But he sent this long email, and in the middle of the email, he just started talking about Drake. had nothing to do with nothing we was talking about.
How much?
How much you talking about?
It was bothering him back then.
In the middle of the email, he just brought up Drake out of nowhere.
Even after that, he still did like a bunch of instead of wild shit. Like, do you believe the whole psychology shit where like he's not in his right mind? Do you believe all that, or do you feel like that's like an exit out on what he's really believing and is standing on? Because obviously he said that before you preached about what you said. And I remember he was like, nah, are you mad at me? Don't hurt me. And you were just talking, right? You were expressing how you were feeling. And after that, yeah, he had a conversation with you on TMZ, but he still went out and said wow shit and still say what he believed in. Do you feel like the whole psychology shit is just kind of trying to save face? Or do you think he really stands on what he believes on?
Well, I mean,
with like the Hitler comments and stuff
Bitch,
like
let
that.
him ask you a question.
I got multiple questions. Bitch, you the only one asking questions. Shut up. Damn, bro.
Nigga trying to answer that
Bitch, you're trying to be A-Mike all the fucking time. Shut the fuck up. Damn.
well,
Fuck off your knees.
Do you remember what I said a second ago? I said at a certain level of power and influence, it doesn't matter. At a certain level of power and influence, it really doesn't matter what you're attempting to do or what state of mind that you're in. The only thing that matters is how your words and your actions can affect people, and whether or not you feel a responsibility to that type of platform. So Kanye West is such a gigantic star.
Yeah.
He's such a huge star. He's such a big star. Like, remember when Dave Chappelle was talking about President Clinton, and he's like, I never thought about somebody that was as famous as a president, to where somebody could suck his dick and then they're famous.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So like Kanye West makes other celebrities just by having conversations with them.
Yeah.
Like Kanye made me notable just from an interaction. That's how famous he is. And somebody with that degree of fame, it doesn't matter at a certain point whether or not what state of mind that he's in or what he's trying to say or whatever. It just matters the effect that he's having on people.
So who said sorry and who said thank you first?
Sorry for what?
So did you say, man, sorry for that, man? Thank you for
Nobody
everything you
said
gave me. Apologize. I
Nobody
apologize.
said sorry. Fuck, I ain't got nothing to be sorry about. Like,
That nigga didn't say nothing either. He didn't say sorry or
nobody
apologize.
That
said
nigga brought
sorry.
up Drake.
Nobody said sorry. Nobody said thank you. I hit him up and I was like, basically what I was saying was, this is where I was coming from, and this is what I felt like. And he hits me back and he goes, the gist of what he was saying is like, listen, I don't have your education. This is how I need to do what I need to do. And this is what I feel like I've contributed. And then in the middle, and then at the end, it was really weird. It was almost like all in one line. Maybe he was typing on his iPhone or whatever. And at the end, I had a good sense of what his overall ethos is. You know what I mean? But after that, Kanye introduced me to Jack Dorsey and all of that stuff, and then one day, gone. Right?
Never spoke to him again.
Like never talked to him again. Like one day, gone. And then that's fine, but then he's gone for a little while, and it seems like he starts going through something for a while, and then it's Harriet Tubman, and he's on Harriet Tubman. Then it's I Love Hitler and all of that. And after a certain time, it doesn't matter.
And it's just like you said earlier, it's about the responsibility, because if people looking up to you, you may think one way in your head, you know what I'm saying? It may go over people's heads, but you still got to be that representation for people when you're in them spots and stuff.
Now, if you really love Hitler, if
that
that's
nigga
how
don't,
you feel.
that nigga don't love Hitler.
I mean, I'm going to be real with you. Like, once again.
But I get what he's saying.
Once
He's saying,
again,
I love all people.
Nah.
You feel me?
He sat up there. It was different. If you really love Hitler.
The way is with how you say it, I think it's the way you word it.
It's the same, but if the gist of it is, I love all people, I don't hate nobody, then he's saying, oh, I love this guy too. But it sounds fucking crazy.
Well, this is what I'll say. I felt like he was trying to say that. I felt like he was just saying, hey, I practice the love that Jesus practices, which is this sort of revolutionary agape, all-consuming love. But after a while, when you combine the narrative that he was using in the discussion he was having with Jewish people, with the fact that he was also putting that together with this sort of affinity for Hitler, at some point you got to take him at his word. And I'll just say something else. We think about Adolf Hitler as the enemy of the Jews, right? Like, Hitler started World War II. Like, unilaterally he started it. 3% of the world's population died in World War II. 3% of the population of the world at that time died in World War II. We're talking about tens of millions of people. So when we're talking about people in North Africa, we're talking about people in Russia, we're talking about all over Europe, we're talking about the Japanese theater, we're talking about death and destruction on a human toll that's really like incalculable in your mind. That's nothing to love or nothing to put up there.
Nah.
It's certain people we gotta be able to agree on, the Hitlers, the Maos, the King Leopolds. These people are fucked up. They go down in history. I'm sorry, but the Thomas Jeffersons as well. These unrepentant slavers that built our country. There's no need to reform them and tell people how much you love them. What does that do for us? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Well, I gotta-
and also go ahead, Smac.
I got a question. So when y'all was going at it, TMZ, about the little rant stuff when y'all was both there, is that the reason why you're not with them no more? Because I ain't like come out no more update on that since then.
Nah, actually that so two things happened. Number one, after that happened, I started feeling myself. So I'm not even gonna bullshit.
Yeah.
After that happened, man, look, bruh, it was people reaching out to me that, you know, like literally that happens to you on like a Tuesday or a Wednesday, and then Saturday you at Puff House. You know what
Out of nowhere.
Hold on.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm just being for real.
We know we doing that Puff House. I don't know. We don't know what niggas doing that Puff House.
We talking about business, see?
I don't
We
know.
talking about business, see?
Bro, you
See?
hey, there you go.
I know, but who's
That's
the
his
nigga?
back on fiction. That's the
Hold
road
on, what
shit.
you
See?
doing
Yeah,
that Puff House?
he gonna put on his see-through shirt and be
Did you
right
get
over
in
there
the pool
too.
at Puff House? That's all I want to know.
You
Was
got
you
a
in the pool?
You got a puppy pool.
Did you get in the pool?
Me and
Whoa.
Puff made a movie together a couple years ago, won an Academy Award. I mean, like, that's my guy. That's my guy. I don't know whatever the
Why you say the pool?
I'm
stories
just
are.
trying to see if he get that niggas in the pool.
Like,
and be
whatever
like,
the
I've been over there. I ain't
I don't
never
know
seen
the
nobody in the pool though.
Shit, niggas was in that pool. Me was in that
scandalous.
pool, and he was like, "What's up, daddy?" And it wasn't cool.
I don't know what the fuck this nigga talking about.
I'm telling
I don't
y'all.
know what the fuck this nigga
That
talking
Lathan calling Puff Daddy's crazy.
Okay, look.
I don't know what.
Who's the biggest nigga that called you after that?
Oh man,
Does it
like
get bigger than Puff?
I mean,
Oh, yeah, Paul,
a lot of the connections that I still made, you know, I got to deal with Jimmy Kimmel. Me and Kimmel became friends.
Boss.
after that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, that's how I met Bill Simmons, like Puff, just a bunch of different people. Like, it kind of for me was, it was me entering into the public conversation. I've been doing what I was doing on TMZ and talking that type of heavy talk for a long time, but it was the stamp of I had arrived at that point. So a lot of those situations, people like saw me they saw the talent or they saw whatever
The knowledge.
I had and they wanted to.
But at that point, when you walk in Puff House, what do you say? Oh yeah, nigga, fuck yeah, nigga.
that's not what he was saying at all.
Right, so what's the conversation?
He wasn't even on that. What he appreciated wasn't even necessarily the message itself. What he appreciated was the way that the message was delivered.
Yeah,
Like, you know,
powerful.
I think what we sometimes do, especially amongst ourselves, black and brown people, is the overarching system tells us to eliminate one another so that there's one message that lasts, right? So if I feel like you wrong and you feel like I'm wrong, rather than have a conversation and like access each other's, you know, humanity, is I'll fuck you up or you'll fuck me up, and the person that has the more might will be right, right? And so that is not how it operates on the other side. It doesn't operate like that. It doesn't operate.
What do you mean by the other side? White people?
What I mean is just the whiteness and the power dynamic that exists here in America. I'll tell you something.
Yeah.
So billionaires make rules to keep other people from being billionaires, right? They make rules so they don't have to pay as many taxes. They make rules to cut out different people being able to get into their circle. But once you are in their circle, once you are one of them,
You good.
they then caucus with you. They then commiserate with you to make sure that you understand the rules of being inside the circle. They want to make sure that you're down to help keep other people out.
Oh, so you become a yes man.
Well, no, what I'm saying
And
is...
you start doing shit that you're not supposed to be doing.
No,
No, it's like pick your poison type of thing, right?
But it's kind
So-
of like,
so-
are you on that road? Because you got introduced to that.
It's basically saying it's an Illuminati, secret society.
No, I mean, but
in
you
a
still-
nutshell,
No.
though.
What I'm talking about is unsecret societies. I'm talking about the fact that Mark Zuckerberg is like, the rules are set up to stop people from accessing the 0.1% in America. That's
Yeah.
just the way that things are, right? It's hard to get there. You got to go to the right schools. You got to meet the right people. You got to do it. It's difficult to do it, right? But like once you're in there, there needs to be a certain degree of political power. There needs to be a certain degree of social power. There needs to be a certain degree of capital worldwide in all different types of ways to make sure that it's an exclusive club. And so you see Zuckerberg with Warren Buffett, and you see all of these guys talking
With all the
about it.
political people in the
With
world.
all the political people,
Yeah.
figuring out like decisions like Citizens United,
Lobbyists,
like
technically.
lobbying and all of that to make sure that corporations can then dump all of this money into politics
That's
so you can
crazy
essentially
as
buy an
fuck,
election,
bro.
right?
Who you
But-
think's funding this shit?
But
Nah, I feel it now.
everywhere else, that's not the dynamic. The dynamic, even in like podcasting or media or something like that, is not once you're here, let's figure out how we all make sure we grow together. It's particularly amongst black people sometimes. It's let's beat the shit out of us until there's one person left standing. Because as long as I'm here and anyone thinks I'm as dope as you are or you're as dope as I am, then people don't know who to follow and they can only follow one person.
And that's the big problem too. Like, there's a lot of people that do dope stuff, and people, especially like the fans, they'll make it like everybody can't coexist. It has to be this, it has to be that. And like you said, they pit minorities against each other. I don't see that in other communities and shit.
Well,
It's just sad.
it's not as necessary because there's scarcity of opportunity amongst minorities. Like we all live on top of one another, like in these communities and stuff. So there's really not enough to go around. So because there's not enough to go around, I feel like everything that you might be having is something that's actually being taken from me. And that's the way they keep the people that are not in that 0.1% like fighting with one another.
Like taking African American history and culture out schools, colleges.
Precisely.
Yes, things like that. Because even when I was growing up, I said this before. It took me a minute. I had to watch Hidden Colors to love
Shout out to
being
Tariq.
black. Shout out to Tariq. I had to watch that at least 3 or 4 times and be like,
Damn.
oh my God.
Nah, for real, because
Yeah, like
I
had to
think
watch that. You feel me?
Yeah.
So me watching that and then hearing like they're trying to take more of studies out of school is it's even more sickening. Like, so how do we come together as people and rally through that? You feel me? Knowing that we still being oppressed and looking crazy out here in the ghetto.
Well, look at when we were younger. I remember when I was growing up, they made it seem like Africa was just a
was in Europe.
super
First of all, it was in
savage-
Europe.
It was a savage, crazy place where everybody walk around naked and animals will attack you and stuff like that. And then when you see what's really going on, it's like, nigga, Africa is the most beautiful place. You feel me? The most vast resources.
Most resource dense place on the planet. So there are a couple of things. Let me give you an example of why history is important, right? Just an example of why history and historical context are important, just like in a broad sense. So, America comes up, and in order for America becomes like a world power pretty quickly, right? And obviously, a huge part of that is slavery. And slavery is a very robust engine for capitalism. It's ended up, I think, like at the height, it was maybe 4 or 5 million black people that were slaves, and they're all working nonstop at different jobs. So we talk about slavery, but sometimes we don't talk about the diversity within slavery, meaning that some people were farming indigo. Some people were picking cotton. There were different crops everywhere. So black people had different jobs and different responsibilities, right? They were inventing things that they couldn't take credit for, right? Jack Daniels, which is liquor, was invented by a black man, but a slave couldn't hold a patent. Like a slave couldn't have any intellectual property. So all of that money that would have been developed by with us just using the necessity, which is the mother of invention, to farm indigo or to pick cotton or to do any of that stuff, all of that's taken. So our bodies are being used as workhorses, but also any of the things that we're coming up with that might have given us generational wealth are being taken too. So it's just minus, 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 minus. So if you have an understanding of what slavery is, then you might come away from that whole thing thinking, well, you know what? There's some work that America would have to do intentionally, not just from slavery, but from also from Jim Crow, to make that right. And then you would think differently about your society. You would think, okay, well, I'm living here in this country, and this country is selling an idea of American meritocracy to me and the bootstrap fallacy and all of that.
What does that mean?
Meritocracy means the better you are, the better you do. Now, I bet everybody here, right here, everybody here knows niggas that are geniuses, knows black women that are geniuses, guys that never fucked up the count, guys that had different ways to market their shit, guys that, like, we all know people that if you was using a triple beam to be a chemist instead of to be out there, might be at Harvard somewhere. We know brilliant people. We know people that made their own clothes. We know people that design their own shit. We know these people. And we know that they're undercapitalized, right? The question then becomes why? Like, why does that exist? And you start asking questions about your society. Then they'll tell you something. They'll say, well, look, first of all, slavery's not a big deal. Everybody went through something. Get over it. Then they come with other small things. They go, well, black people sold black people into slavery anyway, so it's your fault, right? And you hear black people repeat that. You hear black people repeat, black people sold black people into slavery. If you deconstruct that line right there, that's an absolute lie. There's a difference. Africans sold Africans into slavery. That is wholly different than black people selling black people into slavery. When slavery happened, the transatlantic slave people, there was no such thing as black people. The word black and the word white were invented expressly for the purpose of slavery. So there's no Pan-Africanist movement. There was no worldwide black diaspora. There were different cultural sets of ethics, values, and religions between people. And so if black people sold black people into slavery, then white people sold white people into slavery when the Romans took slaves from different parts of Europe and all of that. But they do that, they say that to say, hey, everything that happened to you, without going into the actual truth of what it is, how big Africa is, how many ethnicities there are, how many religions there are, and how at that time, before the Pope made it cool to go to Africa and harvest slaves, then it was just a completely different dynamic. By telling you that, they do what they always do, which is tell people that look like us, all of us, that everything that happened here is our fault.
All right, and does the saying, it's so black and white, have anything to do with that?
What you mean?
Like, you know, when people have like disagreements, argument, they go like, it's so black and white.
Well, I think that just basically comes from, you know, like the juxtaposition of like something is this color and something is that color. But what I will say is why stuff like that matters is because after a while, black starts to denote something in the country. So I'm from Louisiana. Where I'm from, the culture itself is like really unique. I'm not even talking about black culture and white culture. I'm talking about we eat different shit. We talk in a different way. It's very specific, a mixture of Haiti and France and Spain and all of that, right? The only difference in your lot is race. It's like we eat the same food, we worship the same God, we do all of this stuff.
With all that, do you still think you're getting reparations?
No, I don't, and I don't want to piss off my FBA and my ADOS people.
No, we pissing them off today.
No, because people don't like to hear.
We're not getting it.
People don't like to hear that it's not going to happen. I don't want to. How about this?
Okay, but because they are working hard. They are working hard. They are working hard.
I don't want to put negativity into it. But what I would say is that
we hope it would happen.
You hope that it would happen, but do you know what I hope more than anything? I hope that people understand the depth of what took place in the country. I hope you understand why we're having the conversation, because the understanding of why we're having the conversation is probably the most important thing. Because if we all sit around and we talk about what was done or how things happened or the way things were set up, then we can understand why we need each other so much. We can understand why some of these things are so petty, while some of these other things are things that we shouldn't be like really considering, why unity, group operations, and all of these things are so important, right? Like, black people own the most land they've ever owned in America at what point in time? Who knows?
The 1800s.
1905, close. That's when we owned as more land than we've ever owned. The top 4 white landowners in America right now own more land than 40 million black people combined.
Damn.
Like, you don't get there without like a deliberate,
Generational.
multi-generational plan to keep people in their place. And the only way that can be beat back is if you give a fuck about what happens to the black people around you.
And come together too.
Hey, look, so do y'all remember hearing? I say probably like a year ago, it was on the news and stuff. One of these beaches, I don't know if it was Venice Beach,
Bruce's Beach.
Bruce's Beach, where it's owned by black people.
Word up.
They sold
Yeah,
it.
and they stole it. So you talking about some shit like that?
I'm talking about ways, there's a bunch of different ways that they stole all your land. One way they stole it is they just sent a bunch of people with guns and bombs and they took it. Rosewood, Greenwood, North Carolina, different places they took it.
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
So, like, that's Greenwood.
And then and with those young ladies, well, not young, they are a little older. But they still alive, still fighting for that. But that's crazy how they still like denied them in court.
Denied them, even now, right? Use it. So another way that they stole it is from the fact that they use usury, contract buying schemes. They also did stuff like, so we couldn't get lawyers. So because we couldn't get lawyers, we couldn't draft wills.
And
Because we couldn't draft wills, then after the fact that we couldn't draft will, you die.
It goes to the government.
There's something called heirs property, which is what they'll do. If it's all of us and we're brothers and we own the land together, then the land is much more susceptible to somebody coming in and taking it, than it would be if the land was in a trust. So there are all kinds of things that they use to take land and to stop us from buying more.
Do you think kind of like brainwashing, manipulation had a big part of it? Kind of promising things, kind of like how the Europeans did the Native Americans? When they came here, you think like promising them all these medicine, all these resources? I mean, I don't know too much too much in depth about Black history, but what I'm saying is, was it like a lot of good mouthpiece and things we just weren't knowledgeable, right? Everybody's clueless at this point, right?
So really, it's a battle of cultures, right?
Yeah.
And so if you're from Africa, a vast place where there's more land than there are people, right? The imperative there is to learn how to live in symbiosis with the people that you see, and also with the land that is around you, right? That's the imperative there. If you are a Western European, it's a smaller place. And the battle lines that draw the countries up there, there's a lot of fighting that has to go on. I mean, if you're in Europe right now, you can essentially get to 3 or 4 countries on one train ride in one day. Right? It's a smaller place.
Let me ask you this, because we were just talking about wills. You were just talking about wills and trust and shit like that, and I was just talking to my homies, and it's been a conversation for the past couple weeks, and I was like, it's kind of like almost gatekeeping with financial literacy between my people. Like, if I want to figure something out, it's almost like I gotta go buy a fucking course to do it, or a nigga just won't fucking tell me. You know what I mean? Like, what does this fucking will mean? What does this fucking living trust mean? Where do I put my LLCs in here in my living trust? What works? What? How do I go get these mutual funds? How much money I gotta put in them? Who runs it? What's this? Who takes the percentage out? Like, why do people keep saying don't put your money in the bank? Where the fuck do I put it? How do I get it out? Like, how do I get this business credit? How do I get these credit cards? Why can't I just go fucking ask one of you niggas that know?
See, but it's
I gotta take a course for 500, bitch, and you still not telling me.
but
I'm just trying to figure
it's
it out. Why
it's-
are we gatekeeping the
it's
information?
a lack of information, but we do
It's
it.
a lack of information, but you niggas, some of these niggas know,
But-
so why not just tell each other?
But think about it. We all do that shit here. Half the niggas on this couch, well, not half, but a big chunk have been in the streets, niggas gangbang. Niggas can't even sit down and say, hey, get along with people that live down the street with us, you feel me? And we ask stuff like this, like, oh, this is this, and everybody gatekeeps everything, bro.
We can't even say hi, bitch. You want me to tell you about how I got my LLC, bitch?
yeah.
That makes
You want me to- you got what I-
But we
No,
politic.
that makes absolutely
No, real shit.
No, what do you mean?
We politic. We politic on everything. That's like right now. If I told you right now, bro, hey, go sit down on the course of one of your enemigos right now, you're gonna say that's what I'm not doing.
Exactly, bitch. So
You
you
feel
can't
me?
say hi.
So
That's
but
the first
not,
thing.
But that's not good though. So I'm just trying to say.
No, but I'm saying it's the self-hatred that we have for each other first. We gotta break that barrier before we sit there and work. Like I said,
How long do I gotta wait for a motherfucker to break that barrier for you to actually tell me what's going on,
You know-
so I
Right.
can, I
you know
can
what
take
the-
care of
you know-
my
you
kids?
know-
Yeah, but you gotta
might
open
not
the
never
door.
know. You might gotta die and leave this earth, and then your next generation will know, but you won't know.
Shit,
You know-
bitch,
you know
I'm
what?
gonna know before I get off this stream because he gonna tell me.
Hey, you know what's funny though? I asked that question a lot. Like my father passed away a couple of years ago. You know what I got left? Nothing, right?
Yeah.
And my dad, that financial literacy wasn't there. My father was a hardworking man. You know, he made a lot of money during his life, but that financial literacy wasn't there. The reason why I really admire guys like Earn Your Leisure, and different people like that, Wall Street Trapper, different people like that. is
19 keys.
19 Keys is one of the best, a fountain of knowledge in so many different things.
Brother Ben X.
Like a fountain of knowledge in so many different things. All of those brothers in different pockets, right? The reason why I appreciate those guys is because, and I've told most of them this, is because that's knowledge that I didn't have. I will say this though, and it doesn't really apply to a lot of those dudes because a lot of the stuff that they do, you could just listen to their podcast and get it, right? I will say this. I will say the point that T-Rell is making is a point that I've asked myself a lot. Like, there's got to be a way. I'm not gonna tell anybody how to get their money. But there's got to be a way to get this fucking information that's vital to community building, financial information to people without them having to come listen to you talk on a Saturday and pay bread or buy your online course. There's gotta be some way to do that.
Man,
You know what I'm saying?
let's keep it real. That shit is in books, but niggas ain't gonna sit there and pick up a book. There's ways that you can get all the information
That's
in
facts.
the world. You know what I'm saying? And that's even like people be like, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. Nigga, you can go on YouTube and find out whatever the fuck you want to find out
That is
right
facts.
now. If you want to do that.
But
It's
if-
about taking the initiative to sit there and say, I'm gonna find this shit out.
That's
we
fact.
shouldn't have to go to nobody to teach us something.
But-
because then again, that's them teaching a course, that's business, and they just doing what they gotta do for their business.
let's just say, okay, you find out about a mutual fund. Okay, you like, okay, what's that? You can go research it.
100%.
From a nigga just telling you that, but what if you just never knew what the fuck a mutual fund was? Like, what if you, like, niggas never told you about nothing financially, like, to discover, like, so to actually research, like,
You
what do
saying
you
have
know
what the
then?
best-
the
you know-
information available
you know-
before you even looking for it.
Do you know what the best way the best place to learn that from is from your parents? And that's the real thing. The reason why it's important for us to learn that is because you need to be leaving your kids some bonds. You need to be leaving your kids some land. You need to be leaving them something. Everything that we teach our youngsters how to do, we teach it to them out of necessity. Let me teach you how to tie your shoes so that you don't want to run around falling down. Let me teach you how to do this. Let me teach you how to do that. Let me teach you, like my daddy taught me how to piss in the thing. Like everything that you need to have is like, your parents teach you that. The question is, why isn't this part of it a need to have? Like financial literacy. Why isn't knowing your rights and knowing what's legal and illegal? Why isn't cycling your weapon? Why isn't it like I got my first shotgun when I was 7 years old? You know what I'm saying? 7 years old was the first time somebody put a gun in my hand. By the time I was 12, I was proficient. By the time I was 15, I was knocking shit the fuck out. You put something in my hand, I know what to do with it. So all of these things, why aren't these things like, these things are a part of being, to me, I don't want to make it about gender, but it's part of being a comprehensive man is knowing all of these things. We teach people we teach our kids what they need to know, which is that Bible. We teach them that, and we teach them to give 10% of the money that they're making, that they don't even have a bank account for yet, to the church, and we don't ask the church what the church is doing with the money. I love God, but let's keep it real. We don't ask the church what they're doing. We don't ask how the church is reinvesting that money. We don't ask none of that. So all of this stuff, we learn it, but the way it gets passed on is through our progeny. We teach our kids this.
Yeah, but we come from a lot of broken homes.
Yeah,
so
but
there ain't nobody, a lot of single mothers. Like, my mama ain't never knew nothing about the financial
Somebody got to
literacy.
care about your mom. So
Exactly.
what I'm saying is, for the single ladies out there that's raising the kids, yeah, there has to be a sense of community where we understand that when the savages start savaging, they don't travel for it. Mm-hmm. Savaging is almost always a home game. Almost always 1, 2, 3 blocks over. If we was exporting niggas to go savage, if we was raising them in South Baton Rouge and sending them to Bocage or sending them to the LA Country Club, that would be one thing. But these niggas savage in their own backyards. So every single kid that you forget about is one you're gonna have to deal with later. You know what I'm saying? And so what I'm saying is, you go either take care of him or he gonna fucking take care of you. You need to make a decision. So those single mothers that need that information and that help, we need to give a fuck about them.
For sure. But look, let's speak on the church part, right? You said like we gotta give 10% to them and all that. Where is it going, right?
Right.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be right on this. I know where it's going because I grew up in a church house. You feel me? I was praise dancing doing the whole thing.
Okay.
So you feel me?
Catching the Holy Ghost.
Yeah, for sure. So I know.
What happened?
I know that.
What happened though, bro? Like,
What you mean happened? Look, I'm finna tell you.
I'm gonna tell you what happened. Daddy didn't teach you how to pee.
No, look.
And it fucked up from there.
Can I talk?
No, go ahead.
So the 10%, whatever they giving, whatever we give, when that basket come around, goes to help keep them lights on. That 10% went to help me get on the plane to go to North Carolina to battle against other churches all around the world. Pay for the room, pay for my food, pay for everything. That's where it goes. Everybody see, oh, he got a Bentley, he got this, he got that. But they don't think about where the real money going to. You feel me? Like I was in church every day, 365. Even when it wasn't the church day, I'm up there helping clean up, do the whole shit.
Well, Smack, sometimes it go to, like my pastor in Compton, it went to his pool. You feel me? Nigga in trouble for shit like that.
Can I be real with you? I don't have no problem with that. I don't think that you should have to take a vow of poverty to be out there and to lead people to God. All I'm saying is this. We talk about Tulsa, right? You talked about Tulsa. Do you know how long the black dollar stayed in the community in Tulsa?
I think the black dollar stayed in the community for at least 30 days.
19 months.
19 months.
19 months.
So is that 30-day mark right now?
No.
Hell no.
Right now?
Yeah.
The black dollar stays in our community for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It stays in the Jewish community around 20 or some days, the Asian American community around 15 or something like that. Right now, the black dollar stays in our community for 2 hours before it makes its way out of the community.
So in Tulsa.
What I mean by that is like,
so when I go to the store and I pay and get bottles and all the whole thing.
You ain't paying the black
But who are
nigga.
you giving it to? You giving usually the Asian person.
To the Asian.
what I mean is like in our communities, how much the money circulates.
Right.
Who like I buy something for you, then you buy something from him, then he buys something from him, and then Duno goes listen to some corridos and the money's out the community. But like, you know what I'm saying? It's like that's what I'm talking about. So what I'm saying about with the church is, I understand. I don't want the deacon board to be broke. I don't want them because I want the best people to be giving out the word of God. But what I do want is for these churches. Which another thing about California is y'all have people talk about how many churches we have where I'm from, bruh. Y'all got a church on every block. Mm-hmm. Like y'all, like it makes a lot of sense that everything is segregated by one street. Because where I'm from, it's crazy that is one group of people on one street, and then the next street over, it's like a totally different thing. It's more, but like things are really, it's like so many different churches here that I wonder like how those places are really helping
The community.
the vitality of the community. And I think that they need to be places where we can go learn this, where we like the financial part of it, and where they tell us how they're keeping their lights on, how the money's working for the church. All of what you just said, that's dope. I think that's amazing. But I also think that people need to understand what their dollars are doing so we have a better understanding.
But circulating through our community for 19 months is crazy.
I mean, that'll never happen again. But
you don't think so?
No, because because 19 months is nuts. But
19 months is crazy.
They had a completely in Tulsa, in Greenwood, they had a completely self-contained situation. We talking hospital, we talking bank,
Black Wall Street.
we talking the entire thing. They were doing it on their own, and I want people to know this. And I get pissed off every time we start talking about this. Every fucking thing that they told our ancestors they were supposed to do, they went and did it. They did it here. They did it in Oakland. They did it in Baton Rouge in the bottom where my grandfather had his store. They did it everywhere. And every single time, white people said no. They said no. They said, you can't have that. We taking it. And I'm not spitting out any victim shit. I'm telling y'all to get your fucking head in the book and go look at it.
And if you want to see a depiction of it, you can watch Watchmen on HBO.
Great show.
The first episode, it shows you, like, you know what I'm saying, they acting out what happened. There's a lot of other documentaries and stuff that you can watch too. It's fucked up.
So like, even when I look, and one reason why I gravitated towards No Jumper when y'all was on it is because No Jumper became, before, you know, you'd have the guys up there. Like, I wasn't into all of them niggas that was rapping, them crazy niggas from Florida or whatever. I wasn't into all of that.
Yeah.
But when you was up there, and when you was up there, and then when you was up there, and then when you was up there, I'm like, this looks like LA. Like, now this looks like LA. Right. Now this looks like, and now I'm interested in how the people on this platform talk, move, dress, how they interact with one another. Now this looks like something that culturally is viable to me. And one thing that I've learned about the city, this is a heavily segregated city. A heavily segregated city, but it's also a city where, you know, the culture is based upon, and I'm not gonna get into too much all of the different shit, but the culture is based upon like a respect
100%.
and a sort of drawing of lines. And what I want is to broaden those lines. I want us to look past neighborhoods. I want us to look to our shared ancestry and the fact that what's good for you is good for me. We don't have to walk around with dashiki on and all of that shit. We don't have to not like compete. We just have to think about each other.
Well, bro, and that's why, you know, it's important for people like you because, you know, we ain't got to go back, but even going back, bro, I wouldn't have had a conversation with Tariq Nasheed over certain situations or G Malone talking to him and you trying to facilitate things that are going on behind the scenes. Yeah. You know what I mean? If it wasn't somebody like you in the middle, like, look, y'all two brothers need to talk. This is what we need to talk about. This is what we got to do to move forward and stuff like that. So
yeah, and y'all ain't got to there's plenty of things that me and Tariq disagree with. There's plenty of things that disagree on. There's plenty of things that me and Tyga, we don't always have to agree, but what I'm telling you is once you start talking to somebody, the things that you agree on are almost always way more important than the things that you disagree on.
Don't have a white woman, brother.
Don't have a white woman. All of that shit. Shout out to Umar and all of that shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it's just important on what the fuck you agree on. You know what I'm saying?
You half white, girl. You don't even count. Look, hold on, but I love like educated brothers like yourself because I don't know.
Educated brothers.
I don't know shit. But I'd rather listen to y'all and watch shit and do that shit.
Don't say that about
learn,
yourself, T-Rell.
And learn, you know, and
T-Rell,
learn that way.
Wait, hold on, man.
Man,
Because
T-Rell, what's valid the show
no,
coming?
hold on. I didn't came to Sorella and I didn't watch this young brother right here run a whole operation by himself. I thought he was just a crazy ghetto nigga. He's back there. So don't sell yourself short because you know a lot of information.
No.
His white wife taught him.
I want to say something though. But you are educated though. Like you are. I learned from y'all. We just learned
street smarts.
Well, it's like there was something that somebody told you had to know in order for you to move around. When we used to be on TMZ, people used to talk shit about Raquel, right?
All the time.
Y'all know Raquel, right? People used to talk shit about Raquel.
About what? Like her wig?
About nigga, come on.
I'm just
Taco Milk gonna fuck you up.
Taco Milk
Taco Milk gonna fuck you up.
I know you right there.
Taco Milk gonna fuck
You
you
know
up.
what you used to talk about that.
Oh yeah, you's a bitch. Straight it down, bitch.
Let me tell you something. People used to talk shit about Raquel. People used to talk shit about the way Raquel would talk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They would say whatever. Raquel was the best fucking producer in the business, maybe the best producer in the history of TMZ.
Yeah.
Nobody was fucking better at their job. Nobody had more connections. Nobody could get a story out of somebody better. Raquel was highly educated and highly skilled at what she did. The vernacular that she would use to talk is what she learned from where she's from. Language is a tool. So when she went to where she's from and she's talking, they understand her. If you go there and they don't get you, you're the dumbass. So we're all educated. The question is, what are we educated in? And what do we need to get educated in? When I got here, I was talking before, I realized I needed to get educated in how things work around here. Glasses actually sent me a Google map with all the different hoods on the Google map. Every single different hood, me and Glasses would talk. I'd be like, all right, Glasses, so, because something happened to me one time. I was driving to go pick up Kalika, and I missed the 110. And so it said, get off on Wilmington. So I get off on Wilmington. It's late. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little green.
You made a right or a left?
I made a left.
Oh, shit.
So I get off on Wilmington. I make the left. I go around there. You know, I'm in the fucking shit. And so I'm asking people, I'm rolling up to people.
Tripping.
Oh, my God.
I'm about to catch a body.
Bro, I literally ride up and I roll my window down. I'm like, what up? Hey, y'all know how to get back? And niggas standing up. I'm like, oh, fuck, that was a motherfucking mistake. All right, y'all, Jesus be with y'all. We all brothers. And I drive away. And so I meet Glasses, and Glasses like, nah, you lucky you ain't get fucked up. And so I'm like, you know what?
Your phone was dead?
Huh?
Was your phone dead or something?
No. When you get off there, I wasn't getting any service. So in that era, like I was trying to get back, but I couldn't get Waze. I wasn't getting any service. And so I'm like, I'm from the country. I'm gonna stop and ask somebody where I'm supposed to go. These niggas was not for me slowing down and pulling up.
Fuck, were they tinted, your windows?
No, the windows were tinted. Yeah.
Oh,
so I pulled up. Niggas wasn't for that. And I didn't know my way around Watts. I didn't know nothing about that, right? So, and I'm here in LA, getting money in LA. I need to be a part of the community here in LA. So I need to know where I'm at. I need to give back to the places that's out here. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna learn about the different spots, learn who I need to talk to. Niggas make fun of me. I'll be on the phone, I'll hit Top, I'll be talking to Top, and I'll be asking Top all kinds of questions, and he'll be like, yo, why are you asking me this? Like, what, nigga, you trying to get put on the hook?
What do you need?
Like, what do you need? Like, why do you need this information? But I need to know how things go so I don't run afoul of nobody.
Yeah, man.
Well, let's talk about one thing you can follow, Delta Munchies. As usual, we smoking Delta Munchies. Delta Munchies are 100% legal cannabis shipped straight to your door. They have vapes, edibles, and pre-rolls and can be bought online and shipped nationwide. They ship to all states legally. So even if weed is illegal and you can't buy it in your state, this is, if you want to get high, catch a vibe, or take the edge off, click the link in the chat or scan the QR code. You can also head to Delta Munchies website and use the code FMW20 for 20% off of your order. The link is in the description right now and in the chat. Let's go.
Let's get to
Yeah,
that.
shout out my boy Van Lathan, man. He in here, man,
this is
educating us
TMZ?
one time.
Yeah.
We really
You
love
want one of
that,
them?
man.
Nah, bro.
Hey, let's get into some fun shit. Can you play our new track?
Oh, what's our new track?
This is our new track.
Hey, Van, you might need to go to Turkey, man. You know, I'm going with you.
I'm going with you, man.
I'm doing that shit, bro. Bro, I'm doing that shit. I'm getting a hair transplant, bro.
Man,
I'm doing it too.
Yeah, I'm doing that
Because
shit.
T-Rell came back.
Why not? Did you get a hair transplant?
You should have seen how he looked before he got his shit.
You feel me?
Oh, I'm talking, hey,
He got the front there.
hey, I gotta tell y'all something. So I went to have the hair transplant consultation, bro.
Okay. And
So I went to Ziering Medical.
you tell on him.
I went to have the hair transplant consultation, and it's funny that when you doing the hair transplant thing, they give you examples of black celebrities that have had the hair transplant.
Whoa.
Showed you Denzel.
Who
They
was
show
it?
you Denzel.
What did they show you?
Who was
people,
it?
bro.
It's my people.
Tyga?
Oh, they showed Tyga.
No. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it
That
real.
nigga came back from life. He was looking like you, nigga. At 19, nigga, I was like, nigga, it's
Let's
your
the
thing.
people.
Hey, let's keep it real. It was two niggas that made that shit popular in our community. It's Tyga and Tory Lanez.
They showed
Niggas was
him too.
not.
While I was up
Niggas
there,
was
Tory
not
Lanez
talking.
didn't have a good job done, pause, but he didn't have a.
But I'm saying,
it
niggas
wasn't too
didn't,
crazy.
niggas didn't talk about getting hair transplants until nigga Tyga came. Because at first, Tyga shit was all the way back here. That
Oh, he
nigga
was
came back
Batman.
with braids and shit.
I never
you
knew
feel
that.
me?
And so I'm up there and they doing the thing and they're like, so you're the lady was really bad too. She's like, you're an African American male, so if it's okay, I'll show you some examples of other black guys that have had this. I'm like, cool. And she's showing me this shit. I'm like, do these niggas know that y'all are telling everybody
the information
that they got a
on-
hair transplant? You know what I mean? It was Tyga and then it was Tory Lanez. And the before and after on Tory Lanez was fucking crazy, bro. Just nuts.
How much they tell you? How much they quote you?
30.
11,000.
11,000. That's cold.
11,000.
You went to Turkey for 500?
11,000.
I went to Turkey for the free.
$3.99.
11,000.
11,000. That's
They said
it. So
'cause
you got a lot of hair. You don't
So she-
need. You
she
just
said,
need
yeah,
to
she
fill
said
in
you
this.
do
How many
this.
grafts though?
Yeah.
She said you feel that? I can't remember. She said you do this, but it was different prices based upon the doctor. It was like this one doctor, if you let him do your shit, it would be 11,000. But then we got fucking Dr. Zarian, and Dr. Zarian costs 19, but he only do them like twice a month. I was like, how could it be a fucking difference of $8,000 between is what a nigga he's gonna put the fucking hair on my forehead?
He only do it twice a month. He cold.
He cold. It's his fucking shit. So I'm gonna do it, but I just need a time where I don't have to be on the road or nothing.
Yeah, I'm going to Turkey.
Why is Turkey like? What's the thing about
It's
Turkey?
the hair transplant capital of the world.
Everybody.
No, motherfuckers, it's free. That's why.
But
No,
no,
that's
it
why
still
I'm
is the
going,
hair
but it is a
transplant
hair
capital
transplant
of the
of the
world.
world.
Why is it the hair transplant capital of the world?
They
Because
specialize in
like,
that.
yeah, they specialize in it, so they have the most doctors that specialize in this in that procedure. So we like when you get on the plane, that's the whole plane is just gonna be people like men with hair transplants. I shit you not.
No, you can look it up.
I'm not
Everybody.
lying, cuz.
Everybody.
On the coming back, niggas is bleed like you feel me? Bandage is done.
Imagine
back,
cleaning
I'm not
that
lying.
plane. Imagine having to clean that plane.
Bandage on, nigga, so nobody judging you. You know what I'm saying? Because they already knew what niggas know what time it is. Niggas looking at each other like, whoa,
Hey, they
6
got you.
months, it's finna go crazy.
So how long? So what is it? So you get the hair transplant because she told me
They took the grafts out of my
on
head.
the back, and then
Yeah, they
put
took
it-
about 2,500 grafts out of my head and put it right in the front of my head. So they just took them out.
boom 6 months
Boom.
was good.
And brought my boy back to life.
Did I sleep? No, I was looking at ESPN. No, I wasn't going to sleep in no turkey. That's out.
Your homeboy scared me though.
That's out, nigga.
Your homeboy scared me.
Who?
He was like, man, those shots hurt so bad,
The
man.
shots did hurt to
I said,
numb you.
"Ew."
Because they have to numb you. They have to stick that needle in your head or wherever the procedure is going. They have to numb that area. And it kind of burn and sting. So once that is over, it's just all she wrote for like 3-4 hours, man. I was in that bitch looking
You
at.
couldn't feel nothing.
I was looking at the Home Network, nigga, ESPN, nigga.
And
I
how
was just
long
in
it
there
took for the
chilling.
hair to really grow back in?
Like a year, right?
Yeah, it took about 8 months to where I was like, okay, because I was nervous as fuck about my 6 month. I'm like, nigga.
Hey, but you did it right though.
It looked crazy, looked raw. It still looked like some shit got done right there,
Right.
but it just was like, I don't know, I can't explain it, but I'll say about 8 months, I was like, okay.
Nah, I'm going, bro.
Yeah.
on, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Fuck
Go
it.
get it done, man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, everybody got a BBL. I'm gonna get a BBL in my fucking.
Niggas getting BBLs too.
Oh,
man.
you got a BBL?
I don't have a BBL.
Hey, you know, told me they going to get the surgery. That nigga Wack said he going.
Oh, Wack going?
Wack said he
If
going.
Wack come back with an afro, nigga, that's gonna
No,
be
not this.
crazy.
No, he talking about nigga the lipo.
Whack 100?
Wack 100 said
It's
he's
finna
getting
go get
lipo.
lipo. Why would you? I don't get him like
hope
that.
he already- he
He's
said-
finna get at you crazy.
He said
now.
it. He said it live already. He was serious.
He said it
He
live?
said it live.
Yeah, he said it live.
And what is so when he said that you was thinking about it?
I was like, man, let me know how it go.
What?
Bro, that's
So you want a six pack? Get your nigga up out of here.
I don't want no inflatable six
No.
pack.
You will go get to like.
Hey, no,
bro, it's nothing wrong if you got love handles. Nothing wrong to go.
No, listen.
Cop that, get
To
that
keep
up out of there.
it G, I'm scared to even do that. I'm scared to get the
Why?
hair transplant.
Why?
All
I
that
never had
ass-
no surgeries before.
I ain't never had no surgery.
So okay, would you go get lipo right now?
Nah.
Like, why wouldn't, like, is that like
Nah, it's
not a
'cause
masculine thing to do?
That's not. It had nothing to do with that. It's just dangerous.
It's
So,
dangerous.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
so-
All the anesthesia and all that shit.
It's just dangerous. But
mm.
like, it's that I don't look at things in terms of that. If it's something to go make you feel better about yourself, man, go do the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to get the lipo, go get the lipo, man. Mad niggas didn't have the lipo in hip hop.
Hey, my girl's
Mad
still
niggas.
gonna suck this wee wee, so it don't matter to me.
You know
Stand
what I'm
on
saying? So
business.
it's like, go do that.
I'm just saying, I ain't gotta go get shit.
You know what I'm saying? But look, we gonna listen to our new song, man, by Doknow. You know what I'm saying? Doknow
Yeah,
got a new
congrats,
remix,
Doknow.
man. Congrats,
Y'all stupid
Doknow.
as fuck.
Wait, no, but Doknow, you got us fucked up, me and T-Rell, bro.
Why?
Have us doing that TikTok to that Suki song, bro.
You pause, though.
Yeah, so we got
Yeah,
your
y'all
ass
wasn't
back.
complaining. Y'all acting like
You
y'all didn't know what it
look
was
pause over
after.
there.
Who
What?
looking pause?
Play that
Why
shit,
you-
Six.
Why
Let's
you
go.
looking at me?
All you ladies pop your pussy
Your
like
headphones
this.
right there, my boy.
Shake your body, don't stop, don't miss. All you ladies pop your pussy like this. Shake your body, don't stop, don't miss. Just do it, do it, do it, do it, do it now. Lick it good.
That don't even
Suck
sound
this
like me.
pussy just like you should.
sound like you
right
sick.
now. Lick it good. Suck
Go,
this pussy
Doknow!
just like you should. My neck.
Who the fuck is doing
Go,
the
Doknow, man. Turn that shit off, man.
That don't sound like me. Smack was way better.
Lick my pussy and my crack.
Sound like Smack again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It don't sound like me. It don't sound like me.
You
If it-
brought that up, man. I should have previewed that.
Who did that? Who did
Smack,
it?
how did you feel about yours, though?
Yeah, because that was, you
Keep
know.
it G, because...
I didn't like that because I'm like,
Wait, let Van hear a little bit. Let Van hear a little bit.
Van, put on the headphones.
on. Van, put the headphones on. Y'all got Smack fucked up, man.
Smack got kissed by Drake.
No, listen.
You gotta play
The
it.
song is one thing, but putting that face on there, that's going too far, bro.
Oh my God.
Niggas-
It already got a wire in it.
why it ain't?
Nigga unhook my nigga Van like this shit. Press play, let me hear it. Ain't
No, it's
nothing-
the other side. Plug it.
Nigga already got a wire in it, fool.
Oh no, it's not plugged up. Yeah. So how you put it?
Oh shit. Help me, CJ, cuz where that motherfucker at?
That's just unplugged too, right there.
I'm out here in
That shit come out the
Miami.
way right there.
CJ, nigga, what the fuck?
Oh,
He paused, yeah.
Hey, what the fuck?
He paused.
Hey,
yeah.
Stand
CJ
on business.
Hey, CJ got them
That's not-
thick ass
hey.
Yeezys on. T-Rell, look at his shoes, T-Rell.
get your ass out of here,
Don't do
CJ.
him like
Fuck
that.
that
Don't
shit.
do him like that, bro.
It's over with,
Don't do
dog.
CJ like
Hey,
that.
wait,
It's
hey.
over, man. He tried to help, man. He got my boy the pause
here,
moment
here.
live, man.
Listen to that shit. Play that shit, Sick.
Hey, CJ shoes is crazy.
I'm out of town, cause of what my round. My pussy pink, my booty hole brown. Where the niggas come looking for the hole.
Yeah, Smack, you pause, Smack.
Yeah, Smack. Smack.
He just took a bitch down.
Yeah.
Go
Oh my
T-Rell.
God,
Go T-Rell. Go
Look at
T-Rell.
WWE.
Wow.
Fucking belt.
Smack don't like that, man. Smack, let Smack speak on that, man, because that's not cool,
That
homie.
shit is fucking hilarious, nigga.
I'm gonna
That's-
keep it real. When
Okay.
I like, you know, my phone is broken, all the bullshit, right? So I'm getting calls.
Yeah.
Like, Smack, you ain't seen what they post on back on Fig? So I forgot who I was with. I'm like, let me see your phone. Go to Instagram. I seen it. I was hot than a bitch, bro. And it's because of you.
It's not.
It's because of you.
didn't
You
do
called
that.
me. You said I look like a dyke, bitch. And then ever since then, bitch, they went and made that up. And you ain't right.
Shit, you do look like a dyke.
That nigga look like one of them Texas dykes, man. I'm telling y'all, man. That nigga look crazy.
It's the haircut. That's
Hey,
why. It's the
I ain't
haircut.
It's the haircut. It's the
It's the
haircut.
haircut.
Hey, I'm not tripping, though. They got my number.
Smack a
All
lesbian.
dykes got a boozy fade for sure.
Oh shit.
Like the real one, the real one.
Oh my God.
That shit is hilarious, dog.
No, nigga, that shit is stupid funny, homie. I love that nigga Smack, man, for being a good sport, man.
He
Love
ain't
that
he
nigga, man.
mad about that one.
Yeah,
He was hot.
I'm eating good. Yeah, man.
So you gonna come
Yeah.
back with the remix then?
I ain't doing this. I don't know how they got my voice. I don't know how they did that shit.
You gotta do me and T-Rell next and make it fair, man.
Okay.
Who did it? Who did it?
Shout out to the fan that did it.
You know what y'all should do? This is what y'all should do. So you and T-Rell, y'all should do WAP. Wet ass pussy.
Whoa.
You,
Oh my God.
Cardi B, you mad.
Who Cardi B? Oh, he Cardi B?
You Cardi B.
While we
you
talking
mad,
about wet ass pussy,
Brother, you-
it's a couple people that told me you had a porn addiction. Is this true?
Yeah, you see for sure. True. Facts.
True. You,
Oh, that's why you like
how do
Kanye.
you
Kanye.
get over a porn addiction?
Your girl say stop.
Chop your
watching
hand
porn,
off.
bro. Yeah.
So how you just go
Hold
over
on, hold on,
random
hold
like,
on,
let me
hold
go
on,
see
T-Rell.
what's up with that pussy today?
Bro, let me
And
tell you
then
something.
they
Hold on,
go-
hold on. I have questions because
Nigga just
having a porn addiction is crazy.
I had a porn addiction for
How?
sure.
How did?
I mean, it's not even like it's like such a part of my life that it was like a hobby, bro.
so you was jacking off like
Every day,
a
like
lot.
how many times a day?
A
So,
lot.
hey, wait a minute. Wait a
There's a
minute.
lot of jacking off.
You ever jacked off with TMZ?
Have I jacked off at TMZ?
How long?
That nigga man, what he did? That nigga said Kanye got me hot.
Bro, no, nigga, that's a fucking sick brother. Like,
Slavery ain't no choice, nigga.
never, bro.
You jacked off that
Today in Los Angeles.
Oh, come on, dog.
Hold on. Okay. How long?
That's a different level, nigga.
No.
For how many?
It
That's a
was
different
an
level.
addiction. You was at work. You like, I'm gonna just get this bitch off real quick.
Look. How about this one?
Nigga started looking
Boozy said
around.
he did it on the plane. You did it on the plane before?
Never jacked off on the plane. I might.
What's the most random place?
Bro, I
What's the
promise you,
randomest
bro.
place you ever jacked off?
What's the? I
Most
jacked off
work.
at school. I jacked off at school one time.
Oh my bitch.
I jacked off at school one time. I jacked off at school one time.
Oh
That's
my
probably the most
God.
random place. I jacked off
What?
at school one time.
Wait, how
High
old was
school.
you?
High school. Probably like 16. I jacked off at school, bro.
Jacking off in high school.
That was probably, bro. That was the fucking golden age of jacking off.
I ain't
Like,
never done jacking off at school.
I jacked off at school one time. That's probably the craziest place.
Okay.
You a cold
Wait. Was it lunchtime or something?
Nah, it was after school. And
Oh,
everybody was gone.
so you didn't go home?
Nah, it was a jacked off. A nigga jacked off.
That nigga went to the cafeteria and just went crazy.
Hold on, cuz. Okay, so the porn addiction, back to that.
Yeah.
Like really, how do you beat that? Because I heard a lot of people say they have a porn addiction. And it's not like,
Bro,
it's not
really?
something I really enjoy.
Really, to be honest with you, I just stopped watching as much porn, bro.
Yeah.
I can't really say
So
nothing
you still
else
watch
to
it?
Not really. But like, you can't, sometimes you can't fucking escape it because it's so everywhere. But I just stopped watching as much porn. Like, my girl, what really happened was, like, you don't really realize how much porn you're buying until
You were buying this shit?
like how much porn you're buying. I always bought the porn.
Because you cared about the art.
I always bought the porn. I don't believe in stealing porn, bro.
Wait, what do you
I
mean?
always bought. Let me tell you
Van Lotion
why.
in the chat.
Let me tell you why, bro. Let me tell you why. See, y'all niggas,
Van Lotion.
bro. Let me tell you why. I believe in buying porn, bro. I really believe in this, bro. Let me tell you why.
Oh my
I tell you why. See, I was a porn.
Yes,
connoisseur.
do your thing. Do your thing.
I was a.
Hey, look, the nigga was so intelligent the whole show until this came up.
Let me talk.
No shame, bro. I believe in buying the porn. I need the best, highest quality porn.
All right.
You want to go over the bottle?
Bro, it's facts, bro.
Go ahead. Do the logo.
Bro,
Go.
I need. So when you watching the porn and y'all streaming this shit, it be mad ads and it don't be high quality. I need the fucking 2180K porn. I need to be able to. I buy it. You know what I'm saying? So when you see it, I remember one time, the way it happened was my girl was like, cause you know we sharing. We got the joint bank account. We got the joint bank account. We got the joint bank account. Bro, we got the joint bank account.
Go ahead. Let's
We got the
go.
joint bank account, and she looks, and she's just like
Big ass
slides
butts
the fucking thing over.
.com.
And she's like,
Bro.
do you know how much money you're spending on porn? Like, do you need help, baby? And so we had to have a conversation.
need help, baby?
I had to stop. It was a lot of porn. Bruh, so look, at the height of it, all at the same time,
Favorite search.
all at the same time, I had Brazzers, I had Bang Bros, I had Mofos, I had Net Video Girls, because they had the amateur shit. I had Foxes.com.
We shook your hand, bitch.
I had InTheCrack.com. I had
InTheCrack.com.
InTheCrack.com is just solo scenes with girls, some of the finest women in exotic locales. I had so many different ones, and then when OnlyFans came, it changed the game.
So
Did he ever beat your shit to Adam Atlanta?
Like when no, bro. The fuck? Nah, nigga. As a matter of fact, never, bro. The fuck? Never. So it just got to a point to where something becomes maybe a little bit too much and you stop fucking doing it.
What was your go-to search though? Keep it real.
It was never a search. It was never like I would go search something.
You got a preference, nigga. Come on.
My preference was always big asses. That's what I like out of my porn. Big asses. Let me tell y'all something.
Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Let me tell y'all something.
Yeah.
One of my upstairs neighbors,
Oh God.
Alexis Texas.
That thing was crazy.
Alexis Texas.
And you was
I did her
he was in his
podcast.
pre-
That's a big ass.
One of my upstairs neighbors. Like I had talked shit about her on TMZ, and then I never told you this story.
You did.
So I talked shit about Alexis Texas. So like we did a TMZ story back in the day, and I learned that she at that time wasn't doing interracial scenes because I was on the porn message board, and on the message board.
Hey, Smac, you on a distro for porn.
I was on the porn message board. I don't want to say the name of the message board because you're not supposed to say it, you know. Shout out to the homies. Y'all know.
Shout out to the homies.
Yeah, shout out to the homies.
He's still in that message board.
They know what's up. And by the way, everybody that I just said, everybody knows. Everybody's like, all right, they know the porn message board. And there was a thread about all the porn stars that didn't do interracial scenes. And so, I'm like, God damn, Alexis Texas is on there. So I get on TMZ and I want to make a funny clip. So when I got my camera, I asked somebody, I go, yo, one of my favorite porn stars. It was like a big Hollywood star. Jason Patrick was the guy. Like one of my favorite porn stars, she doesn't do interracial scenes. Like, can I still watch her porn? And the dude just laughed. He laughed. He was like, yeah, man, do whatever y'all makes your heart content. So we go back to the thing, we go back to the office, and I pitch the clip. And Harvey just loses it because this is such a funny story to him. But they named her, and then she caught a bunch of flack because it got taken mainstream. And so for years, me and her, it was kind of like a little beef or whatever because she felt like I had put her on blast. Bro, I get to my apartment, like I move into a new apartment complex. I'm walking outside, looking around. I'm like, God damn, that white girl, she's thick as shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, what the fuck? And then,
he started beating this shit in the hallway.
Happily in a relationship. Nothing, I'm just thinking, and when I turn around, I'm like, damn, that's her. And then she walks into the fucking building, and she's my neighbor. So one day, I just walked past, I was like, hey, man, I had just got on the show or whatever. I didn't realize how words could, affect somebody or whatever. But she's my upstairs neighbor. It's cool, bro. Porn is... Y'all don't put the shame in it, man. You know what I'm saying? Porn.
I get some moves off of there when I'm fucking my bitches. I ain't lying.
But the only thing about a porn
As soon as I leave, I'm going to end the crack.
InTheCrack.com, bro. It's a good site. The thing
You
about
know what? It do affect the people around you because Letty told me on Twitter she really every time she go to your name or something it was just a bunch of porn liked. And shit, and she probably just wanted to see if you had any intellectual things to say.
But this is my thing
and it
about
was just
this is my thing
the crack shit.
But this is my thing about
outta
that.
here.
This is my thing about that. There was a point because I cleaned all of that shit up. But there was a because you can bookmark the shit. But there was a point where I didn't realize that everybody could see the shit that you was liking. And it was
my God.
It was actually Charlamagne that was like, nigga, you wilding out in this bitch. The fuck? Like, bro, you go to your likes, there's all kinds of crazy fucking shit on there.
That's
so I went
funny,
through
bro.
one time and I fucking unliked all of the shit that was on there.
How many years was it?
Oh, that was a long time.
Okay, so being married, you get to look at porn, but actually
I'm not
being
married, but I'm not married, but my girl.
Fiance.
Fiance, yeah.
Okay, fiance. So, having a fiance, leading into marriage. Will there ever be a point in your life where you will let your fiance get fucked
Oh my God.
Stand on
You know
business.
what I
This
mean?
is
Because
why
you
it
love
look-
Cam, you know what I'm saying?
This
You
is why
love
he's a
porn,
wild
get
nigga.
fucked.
Because he knows
You know
your
what I mean?
answer. He just wants to ask you so he can make a clip out of this. But would you let your fiance get fucked after a month by another man?
No, that's not for me. But I will say this though to that situation.
Get nutted into it, then eat it. You just gonna make the fucking shit just more fucked up.
Hey, T-Rell, you
Brother,
watched
that,
it?
hold on, that didn't happen.
That happened.
Oh, okay, I'm about to say.
You watched it?
It happened. I didn't watch that.
I watched it. Yep.
That happened for real? Because I'm just going off what he say, she said.
That shit was wild, man.
Bye, I'm leaving.
I watched that shit.
So look,
You
look,
watched it
but,
too?
But I can't be honest with you. I don't understand the big deal. They a porn couple.
No, I don't still. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, in the porn languages or whatever, couples that be married. You know, Kiss of Sins was married to Johnny Sins for a long time, and they would fuck other people.
Damn, you know them by their full names.
Nah, bro. Yeah, I do, bro. Like,
You ever went to like a conference or like, you know, them conventions?
Nah.
The exoticas and shit?
He didn't want to be seen. He couldn't be seen.
He had a
could be seen
he had a
in that
disguise
motherfucker.
on.
Yeah,
Nah,
that
never.
nigga was Batman.
What about
in
some,
that
some
motherfucker.
furry shit?
Nah, I never did that.
Did anybody at work?
Who's your favorite porn star
Of all time,
of all time?
Obsession. I
Yes.
don't know her. Obsession was crazy.
Yeah, I don't-
But so it's Obsession.
Look Obsession up. I want to
Skin
see it.
Diamond, Cinnamon Love.
Hey, bro, you know the mixtapes
See,
of
look,
porn.
we know the hood.
you know what
We
I'm
know the
saying?
hood bitch
Skin
back then.
Diamond.
The Pinkies
Like,
and
Pinky.
what's the other girl
Pinky,
name?
Pinky is a
Diana
legend.
DeVoe.
Pinky's a legend.
Janet Jack Me. You know
Bro,
what I'm
the
saying?
fact that you can name him like full name is crazy.
Janet Jack me is
Obsession,
crazy.
bro.
Oh, that's Obsession
That's
right
That bitch
there,
is
man.
weak. She look like a smoker.
Bro, that's a legend, bro. Hey, don't diss Obsession, bro. That's a legend, bro.
Okay, Obsession. You know what I'm
Pinky
saying?
Diamond.
Wait, why are we
Pinky
looking at
Pinky
fake rings?
Diamond.
$10 off, 10%
Pinky
off.
Diamond. They,
Diamond?
oh, that's Obsession?
No, what's that girl named? Cherokee.
You ain't got no
Cherokee.
bitches. Just what he like.
Cherokee was one. I'm forgetting something.
Not gonna get monetized. This shit.
But this ain't no
They're not
discreet
showing
fool.
that. Delete our page.
Damn, I'm forgetting some of the. What was her name? She was big for a time. It's like
Superhead?
nah, not her. Roxy Reynolds. You don't know Roxy Reynolds?
Let's
You
look
don't
up
know
Roxy
Melrose
Reynolds.
Fox?
Roxy Reynolds, see her.
You don't know Roxy Reynolds?
You don't know
Yeah.
Roxy Reynolds, bro?
That's for asking like it's a Jay-Z album, huh?
Roxy Reynolds, bro.
Oh, so that's why you and the boy love each other so much.
Roxy Reynolds, man. She was Roxy Reynolds.
Him and dude.
Crazy. Roxy Reynolds, bro.
Nah,
Y'all
bro.
young. Y'all some young bucks though. I'm older than y'all.
Bro,
You and
T-Rell, how
T-Rell
old
the
are
same
you?
age.
I'm
How old
older.
are you?
I'm 43.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, y'all some
Yeah,
young.
bitch ass nigga. He
Yeah,
older.
you there, right? You right there, bitch.
Yeah,
You're 23?
You know what
43?
I mean?
I'm 43.
Hey, you're 23 years older than me.
Yeah, 23
That's
years older than
crazy.
me, bro.
You so
Oh,
happy.
how bad? Did that shit ever affect your sex life?
Nah, bro. See, to me, that's a myth.
He was fucking his fiancee to
You know
death.
what I'm saying? To me,
to
that's a
Roxy
myth.
Reynolds.
Put on a session.
Like, to me, that's a myth. Like, if the only thing I will say though is you do have to, like, in all seriousness, you have to put a cap on things because you will be out there trying to like fuck everything that moves and all of that shit like that because you watching too much of the porn. You got to do things in a healthy way. But a nigga been in the life with porn since like 13, bro. Nigga was watching a lot of porn. I used to sell porn at school.
Sell porn.
Sell porn at school, bro. Whole story, bro.
Nigga was slanging
porn,
porn.
bro.
You're the reason the community's not moving, motherfucker.
Bruh, part of me. Sell porn at school, bro. Like,
Wait, on what though?
so my homeboy Chris one time, this is what happened. My homeboy Chris, I had let him borrow Showgirls, which is not a porn, but still, he brought it back to me at school. So it was like 5th period, and Miss Inouye, who was a civics teacher, wasn't there. So we were supposed to watch this little video or whatever. So I'm being a little bastard. Like, Mr. Franklin back there, he was old as piss. He used to be the substitute teacher. He would fall asleep. So I put Showgirls in. And so everybody is watching Showgirls in the class, in the civics class, right? So everybody watching it, all the girls like, whatever. Everybody's like, whatever. So 6th period comes, I go to lunch, I'm at 6th period, and some of my classmates, like, you know, in the same grade as me, they come up there like, yo, Van, let us get that Showgirl so we could watch it in the next class. And I was like, hey, shit, no problem. Then I was like, wait. If y'all could come up with $30, I'll give y'all Showgirls. And they came up with the 30, which was all the money in the world to me in like the 9th or 10th grade. So I gave them the tape. So me and my man, we started ordering the porn off of the pay-per-view, taping it, and then like renting them at school. And I ran the bill in the house up to like $700.
Dang.
But the problem was that my daddy also loved porn. And so he wasn't sure what the fuck was happening. Like it was a whole family like
So
watching
you from a
porn.
generation of porn watching.
Generation of porn. Bro, one time,
Oh, so y'all from
So
Louisiana
wait a minute.
again?
So wait a minute.
Bro,
when you
sick.
went and seen all your ancestors, do
Hey,
you
when
think
you
that it
get
went
it,
all the way down the line?
all the way down the line of loving porn.
Your
Bruh,
great grandfather was a freaky motherfucker. and then-
Bruh, one time, literally, I pick up the phone. It's like, hey, this is Buffalo Video. Can I speak to Van Lathan? I'm like, this is Van Lathan. All right, Mr. Lathan. Yeah, we need you to bring back Buttman's Big Butt Brazil Adventure. And I'm like, Will, what are you talking about? And I'm like, oh no, this is Van Lathan Jr. And he's like, oh, well, you might not want to tell your mom, your dad's got some tapes out or whatever. So I go up to my dad. I was like, true story. I go up to my dad. I'm like, hey man, they say you need to bring Buttman's Big Butt Brazilian Adventure back to the store or whatever. And he didn't give a fuck. We kept it real like that. We porn watchers, bro.
But did mom know?
Yeah, she knew. She knew because they used to watch porn together. The first time I ever seen a porno, I was trying to watch WrestleMania, and so I went. So this is how I first started watching. I was trying to watch WrestleMania. I'm in the living room. I go in there to watch it. The living room VCR is broke, and I can't watch it. It won't work. It keeps spitting the tape back out. So I go in my parents' room, right, and so I sit down on the bed. And I eject the tape out of the VCR. I try to put it in as tape in the VCR. I eject the tape out the VCR. Tape didn't say shit, just had a gold label on it. And I put the tape down, and I put WrestleMania in, and bro, the gold label was just shimmering. It was just, the light was catching it. And it was like, yo, nigga, watch me.
You think it was God?
Watch me. I don't know what it was, bro. It was
Porn
fake,
God.
bro. It was like, watch me. Watch
Yeah.
me. Watch me. And I put it in, bro, and it was ebony eyes. Ebony eyes, and they were actually fucking on there. My life changed that day, bro. I was with porn for the rest of the time.
You know what, Van? Don't never invite me to your family reunion, bro, because I ain't shaking nobody hand in that motherfucker.
Bro, we
It's
wash
gonna
our
be
hands,
They
bro.
wild in that
We wash our
motherfucker.
hands, bro. We watch porn. Why y'all trying
The
to...
Lathan family.
Bro, why y'all trying to
Smac, what's up with
everything
this,
so dirty, bro? Because
That-
niggas watch porn.
That
It's a
nigga said
billion-dollar
it
industry.
had a
But
gold
like,
shimmer. His
why-
life was changed. You be watching porn?
I ain't watching
For
porn.
free, yes, I'm watching porn.
You watch porn.
Yeah.
Bro,
I got
you
my
how old
own
are you?
of it.
Yeah, but my dad didn't.
You come from the whole porn generation. You come from the whole...
He's definitely a porn baby.
Yeah, you a porn baby. Y'all got the porn hubs. I wouldn't have finished school if I grew up now. Y'all got the porn hubs and y'all got the whole situation, bro.
Yeah. That's why I'm like tripping out that you're paying.
Yeah, because I like to, like, once I
What about
started,
good quality?
once I started getting money, I like the best quality shit. So I need the 4K shit. You know what I'm saying? I like to be able to have downloads on. Maybe I want to download.
See, the most we had was the little late night, the girls gone wild. You feel me?
Oh yeah, girls going wild.
Maybe the tip drill video.
Tip drill video,
You know what I'm
BET
saying?
Uncut.
Yeah, BET
Yeah,
Uncut.
BET Uncut at night, for
BET
sure,
Uncut.
for sure.
You know what, bro? I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I expected y'all to be more liberal. Y'all some gangsters. Y'all in here making a nigga feel bad because he watched porn.
No, you do your thing, bro.
Like,
I watched
Okay,
it.
we
Nigga,
can
I
get
told
on some
you-
shit
I
then.
told you
Let's
I got
go
some
now.
moves off that motherfucker. I got
T-Rell's
some moves.
disgusting.
I got moves off the porno channel. I'm talking about.
Bro,
I'm
we don't
gutting
want to see
bitches
your
out.
moves either, bro.
Yeah, bitch, you mad? You probably laugh.
Well, we can get into our TMZ shit one time, man. We can start getting into this one time, man. Get
You ever
into
watch
some
porn with
topics,
Heather?
man. Nah, hell no. I'll be too busy doing what I'm doing to be watching no damn. I'm making the porn.
T-Rell is
I'm making the porn. You know what I'm saying? My hand already fucked up.
Something like this in
So I
your
gotta
life.
make the porn and do. I gotta. It gotta set up right.
Did you know that, man?
what?
Did you know
What?
about T-Rell's hand?
Bro, we don't
what?
have to go here.
No,
He
what I'm
watches
saying is
every.
'cause-
He
no, it's
watches
'cause when he
everything,
said
bro.
it. No, it's because when he said
Oh
my
yeah,
hands.
of course I know.
Van
I've been
watches-
watching-
he said
Van
what? I
watches-
actually didn't
I've
know.
been watching
Damn.
T-Rell for
Van
years.
literally watches everything, bro.
Yeah, I've been watching T-Rell for years.
All right, man. Let's get into some topics, man. We love everybody in this motherfucker that love porn, man. We love that y'all loving it. Y'all embracing it. We fucking with it.
Hey, that lotion is hilarious.
You know what I'm saying? We embracing that.
I fuck with Van Lotion.
Yeah. Okay. Van Lotion is this new thing.
I'm about to change my...
Lotions in the
Lotions
chat.
in the chat.
I'm about to change my
Lotions
Twitter shit.
in
Lotions
I'm
in
fucking
the
with Van
chat.
Lotion, bro.
For my
I fuck
boy
with that,
Van
Bro,
Lathan,
change your
man.
Twitter name to
By the way,
Van
just
Lotion,
to let
bro.
you know, It's not. It wasn't lotion. So what you do is you take a little bit of olive oil.
Bro, just shut the fuck up.
Oh my God!
Or some coconut oil.
Bro, said olive oil.
You make
Your wife probably was like, this
Man,
nigga
go to the
crazy.
store. We out of olive
I
oil
make
again.
your own little concoction, bro. You take your own little. All right, I'm trying to put y'all niggas on, bro. I'm trying to put y'all niggas on, bro. You take a little bit of olive oil, bro, or some coconut oil. You know what I'm saying? A little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, Lexi, get out my face, bitch. I got it from here. Coconut.
Coconut oil, bro.
Coconut oil, man. All
Yo,
right.
Alex Core has big cancer. He has now been cleared by Dr. 2
Man, shut your stupid ass up.
You done fucked up the whole topic.
all over his fucking porn addiction.
All right, y'all. Okay, there's some crazy shit going on in hip hop right now. It's kind of like it's rattling. It's rattling the states and the cities and the culture of hip hop. Everybody's going on tour, but everybody's shows are being canceled. The big artists cannot sell tickets, and we're trying to figure out why.
Because we're going into a recession. Niggas ain't got no money like that.
Ain't
and
no more
also,
AD, ain't no ADD. That
and
shit,
also,
that's why.
nigga, you got Drake and 21 Savage on tour, and you got Beyonce on tour at the same time, too.
Oh,
People
they
gonna weigh
canceling.
out their options for
They
sure.
canceling Christmas
So
on all
Lil
the
Durk-
They ain't canceling on Beyonce.
Lil
No, I'm
Durk's-
talking about on
Hard
Lil Durk.
trade.
Beyonce and Drake got it bad for them. That's why they
That's
only
what I'm
just drop
saying. Yeah,
around
yeah.
the same time because they just canceled Christmas. But
Straight
then now
up.
your sales ain't gonna be what it's supposed to be. Now y'all faking like y'all got doctor's appointments and cake making. Come on, bruh.
And Beyonce tickets is high as a motherfucker. Drake's tickets
But
is high
I
as a
mean,
motherfucker
those
too.
artists though are immune to stuff like that. Those are legacy artists. Those are
Yeah.
people with. If you're talking about somebody with 10+ years in the game, not just in the game, but being on top of the game, that's like you start to get to like Rolling Stone territory. They're always gonna be able to sell. What I say about some of this music is that I think part of this has to do with the way the music is reaching the people. And what I mean is, like going to see somebody is not, you make a 2-minute song for someone just to run the streams up on the song, and that song is not really an
It's not
experience.
translating.
Right.
Yeah, like personally, like
Right.
who are you?
Yeah, that
as a
song is
person?
really not an experience. That song
Yeah.
is a vibe. If you got something that's 2 minutes, it's probably just a vibe, right? And so when you get into a situation to where you're asking people to then like put more into you or devote more time and money to you, when the music that's coming back is strictly made for streaming and it's not taking you on if I want to hear Ice Cube do It's a Good Day. I want to hear those records like that.
Live.
I want to hear those records that are big. I want to hear Jay-Z do Encore.
So we're not gonna buy a ticket to Lil Durk's concert.
Nah, I don't know that Lil Durk is kind of like the same as the rest of those guys because I really that surprises me about Durk because Durk been doing
Well,
this
he
for a
said
long
it's for
time.
And
health
Lil
reasons.
Baby is also surprising me too. And Kid Laroi just dropped from his tour
The
because
Kid
he
Laroi?
has to cancel shows, and that's just like I don't get it because Lil Baby is big. So you feel me? It is an arena tour, but you saying like it's kind of like it's not getting to the kids, or it's not like a feeling it gives you. Well, long time ago, we were talking about this too. Like we actually had to physically get our ass up, go to that store and buy that shit for $12.99. Bitch, I had to love you.
That's word.
To death. Now it's just so
Nigga
accessible.
walking straight to the swap meet.
Yeah, it's so accessible. So like you said, yeah, like it is the way it's being put out, and I think the way it's being put out is just like it may be too crazy.
Yeah, well, there's like pros and cons
at
to
one
having
point.
accessibility to everything. So yeah, anybody could upload on Apple Music, Spotify, but not anybody. But then half of that, or probably 75%, 8%, is gonna be bullshit.
I know
Well,
who's
it's
probably
not
not having
saturated.
problems selling tickets. I bet Burna Boy and WizKid
No.
and the rest of those guys aren't having
The
Afro
problems
beats is
selling
booming.
tickets. And the reason why I'm saying that, I mean, because those artists, I was talking to one of my homeboys, huge dude over at YouTube Music, right? Shout out to my man Tuma. And me and him were talking, and he was telling me about the difference between hip hop and Afrobeats right now, and how some of the fundamentals behind it, some of the fundamentals in hip hop aren't quite what they used to be. Those artists are cultivating gigantic fan base, worldwide fan bases, by giving people an experience in some of the music. I like a lot of the stuff that's coming out, but it's just, it don't feel like you have to be a part of any of these.
No, and like you just said, Burna Boy just
God bless you.
Bless you.
Burna Boy just sold. He just did a concert in New York, and they said he He did the biggest concert for an African American artist in New York. He sold it out, huh?
African artist.
African artist. I'm sorry. Yeah, but rap in general. Look, Uzi is the only artist in a rap this year to go #1. Just hip hop in general right now is in a fucked up state right now.
Is it because the image, and do we want to go see him now because he has to put on such a persona, like, and his image has to be so crazy to where we want to go see what the fuck he's doing?
Let's keep it real. When you listen to a new album now,
the music?
When you listen to a new album now, how long you listen to it for before you move on?
No. I know you can't ask me that because I want to digest it from one to the end, and then I'm gonna tell you.
But
okay,
I'm saying,
trash.
how long are you listening to that? Because like he said, the Afro beats, I'm still banging old Tim shit right now to this day. I could drive around banging that shit all day.
I mean, it's plenty of hip hop artists that I listen to every day. Like I listen to West Side Boogie every day, right? There's plenty of people out here that I listen to every day, but it don't seem like the people that's really putting it in, like the people that's really making that type of music that lasts for a while. It seems like they have trouble catching on to the level of some.
Well, there's no excitement right now.
Because look, I feel like this, like for Lil Durk, let me see,
Lil
Lil
Baby.
Baby and them, like the culture getting tired of hearing that same shit, bro. And then y'all coming back to back with this shit, like they getting tired of it. Now, let me use Q for example. Q drop an album every 4 years. Damn near was finna be every 5 years. Luckily, they got it in 4 years that he's finna drop. You feel me? And when they get this one, think about how much he switched the game from talking from this to now this. And you know what I mean when I say that. You know what I'm saying?
How do you feel?
See, this album is different from any other album.
How do you feel? Drake just said he ain't one of those artists that just take off 4 to 5 years. He said you got to do it all the time. How you feel when he said that?
Who said that? Drake?
Drake said that.
That works for him.
That worked for him. It's different strokes for different folks. What worked for him ain't gonna work for Q. What worked for Q ain't gonna work for him.
I mean, but it's kind of almost a sports analogy too. Like when I go see the Lakers, bitch, I want to go see Kobe play. So get your shit, get up, play through the injuries. You feel me? When I click on TDE, bitch, have a song. You feel me? Like it's almost like that.
Hey, we special. But we special. We special. So we special because every time we drop, I swear to God, we sell out everywhere. And I done been on tours. We sell out everywhere we drop every time though.
But that's a real diehard fan base, which a lot of artists don't have.
But also
a lot of artists, they got a hot single. People fuck with the single, but then they don't move with them while they do other stuff.
Also,
TDE has an infrastructure that if you even have that association, people are supporting you and fucking with you.
Because of the reputation for the type of music that they make. The music that they make is sticky. These records are sticky. They stick with you. They taking chances. Like TDE is an incredibly artistic man. Even look at SZA. SZA comes
amazing.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like those records mean something. They are important artists. Like I could make an argument that, you know, between Drake and Kendrick, like Drake is bigger, right? But Kendrick is way more important. His music changes dynamics and it's talking about something. And you can't just do that all the time. You can't if you're gonna drop a meaningful music that's trying to say something, you gotta let your brain digest for a little while before you do that. You can't do that every fucking
Why do you
quarter.
feel like Kendrick is way more important than Drake? Because I feel like that's a false.
Because I think, well, like important how though? I think when you have
the message to hip hop,
the message.
I think because if you're breaking down I mean, keep in mind everybody's been through something, but if you're breaking down a Kendrick song compared to a Drake song, like
break it down, nigga. It's all nigga shit. It's just the way it's formatted.
no, one was talking about crying about his bitch, and another one's sending a message about how the ghetto
Crying
is.
about his bitch, he like, fuck you, bitch.
No,
Shut your ass up,
crying.
bitch.
But what I'm
that's
saying-
the song. Like, that's some nigga shit.
It's more important just off the simple fact that Drake is from Canada, right? Kendrick is from Compton.
What that got to do with music?
Can I let me fucking talk, nigga? Kendrick telling us and giving us a real life story that we all done been through. Drake is giving his life story of what he been through in Canada. So we really can't relate to his life story because half of the people in our city and our world ain't never been to Canada.
We talking about hip hop in the whole.
No, we talking about music though.
So this what
I'm talking about
this
that's
what I
why
would say.
Kendrick is more important for me. 'Cause
Drake is the single most important Canadian artist of all time. Like,
Facts.
he opened up Canada and like really did a lot of things. And so I get why he is who he is. He's a fucking fantastic artist to every. But this is what I would say. Last Saturday, I was at Lemerck doing the 10th year anniversary of Black Lives Matter, right? So I'm out there speaking, talking to everybody, Tavis Smiley, Cornell West, everybody out there. Thank you for Professor Abdullah for having me out there. It's people of all ages out there. When I say all ages, I mean from babies, I'm talking white people, black people, everybody out there. And the DJs spinning records. All right comes on. Everyone, the old women, the little babies, everybody starts going nuts. That song means something to people. Kendrick got records that mean something to people, bro. And what I'm saying is, I'm not trying to put down no other artists by saying this. I'm saying that when they're that meaningful, you just can't make them all the time. You gotta take breaks because your worldview gotta change.
Real shit.
Sounds like you have a little problem with Drake.
I don't have no problem with Drake. Drake's a great
sounds
guy.
like, hold on.
Drake.
What's going on?
Nigga, Drake is top 5 of all
Drake
time.
is an
100%.
amazing artist. Drake is such a good artist that is almost, your brain almost doesn't want to believe that you don't like a Drake song. The quality of a song is so good. It's hard for him to make a bad song. But what I'm saying is that the songs themselves are just they're combinations of dope sounds rather than being like dope experiences.
Yeah, it's too dope. Just like Kendrick, like the last album he got, the song Father Time, that shit hit me because I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying?
Bro,
Talk about the daddy issues and stuff like that. When I listen to Drake, he gonna have some shit that nigga you gonna sing for the whole fucking summer. He gonna deliver when it come down to that, but when it come down to like really like, I'm gonna drive in the car, I'm gonna listen to Kendrick, I'm gonna digest that. When I go to the club, or if I wanna hear a chart-topping single, Drake gonna come with that shit
That's
every
why
time.
I said that we could relate to Kendrick because he's telling our life stories.
What I'm saying is,
You know what I'm
bro,
saying?
that Father Time record, and maybe it was because I lost my dad. I listened to that record every single morning
Nigga.
for 2 weeks straight. Every morning, I'm thinking to myself, how does this nigga know my life? You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking, how in the world did somebody see the way I was raised? And like, that is the kind of thing that you go back to. That's like Pac shit, where you go back to it
Biggie
year
shit.
after year, Biggie shit. You know what I'm saying? That shit that you go back to like year after year. Vicente Fernandez shit. I want to make sure
So
you
you
stay
saying
in
that?
it.
So you saying that? So you saying?
Look at him. First of all, motherfucker, I ain't listen to him, bitch.
So you saying?
I want to make sure you stay in it.
So you saying?
Fuck
Kendrick
you,
has
Stevie
more-
Wonder. Go listen to Stevie Wonder, bitch. I didn't listen to Vicente Fernandez.
Vicente
Ho.
Fernandez is that nigga, bro.
He's that nigga, but
That
yeah.
nigga, bro.
So you saying Kendrick is more of a classic? He has more classic albums.
The storytelling,
More classic music than Drake.
the storytelling
yeah.
is just
you.
gonna. I think the storytelling is just gonna. It's gonna hit a little bit, but nobody's taking away from the fact that
No.
that's still another legend.
saying
there.
Drake is the
more-
biggest rapper of all time. Like, Drake is the biggest rapper of all time. You can't even wish
Yeah,
and dream
for
for the
sure.
numbers that he had. So I don't think he gives a fuck about whether or not a nigga Van Lathan thinks that, or any group of niggas thinks that Kendrick makes more important, more timely and weighty music. He's not even trying to do that. But you gotta call it like you see it. You know?
Nah, that's a fucking legend right there.
It
Drake.
is. It
That's
is.
a legend.
100%.
It is.
How do you guys
It
think
is,
YG and
it
Tyga
is.
gonna do?
How you think?
Chill, we get it. TD, it's Kendrick's a legend too. I love Kendrick.
Nah, he's an ultimate legend. Ultimate legend.
Nah,
How do you
you
guys
said
think YG
Tyga-
and Tyga gonna do?
Nigga, they doing like West Coast days. They gonna do their shit on that for sure.
Do you think they'll succeed if they were to go do like a New York show?
It's gonna be hard right now
No.
Why?
They won't succeed if they go do a New York show?
YG?
on the East Coast
They
market.
I
not
think-
fucking with YG in New York.
Well,
Like,
first
why-
of all,
YG
on
is
his
YG
last,
and Tyga, YG
but
and
on his
Tyga.
last leg, YG did some big arenas. Some bigger venues. So
Like in the East
added with a
Coast.
Tyga and just somebody cool like Sweetie, I think they can. It's high hopes, but like I've said, like bigger artists, you got Lil Babies and the Lil Durks.
It's bad
and
right
people
now.
right now that can't sell these tickets, and I think they're probably
In
just
their own
below
markets.
them. And they're going on and read a tour too,
But-
so
Question
it
is,
is
if
kind
Lil
of hard.
Durk and if Lil Durk and
And
Lil
Lil Baby
did
went
a
on tour together.
Duh.
But
Niggas
hey,
ain't trying to split the chili.
so what I'm saying is, you
And
think,
Lil Baby, they added
That's
Gorilla
what's
to his.
happening.
And
hey, so what I'm saying, you think YG
they
and
had?
Tyga is like a,
Who they had it?
they added Glorilla to Lil Baby's
Oh,
tour.
Glorilla on there.
do you guys think it's like a, I might not be able to do it alone.
I mean, look at
but also
YG could do it by himself. He's already did it.
Yeah, what I'm saying, because also they have an album coming out.
look what the
so it
tour
makes
is
sense,
called.
right?
Yeah.
The tour is called like
Out the club.
Just it's the club. So you're gonna hit them club markets that bang their music.
And
They're not
I'm
banging.
telling
They're
you,
not banging our sound, my nigga,
them-
on the East Coast like that. It is what it is.
Them songs go hard no matter where you
100%.
at, bro.
Yeah.
Who do you think is more important to Los Angeles, Tyga or YG? You personally?
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. Like, I really don't
No,
know.
I mean, this is your adopted city, so you
yeah,
should.
so, I mean, I would think it's almost kind of equal. I really don't know. I really have no clue. I would think it's almost kind of equal. The thing with Tyga, though, is it's hard to pin Tyga down because every now and again, Tyga just comes with a record that everybody is listening to, like, all the time, bro.
Facts.
Yeah.
Like people say whatever they want about Tyga, but it's something to say that, like, Tyga go away and then he come
That
back
man over there, he
and
is
it's a record that everybody is listening to, like, in a chokehold, like really
Real
big
shit.
club records. But I mean, YG had a classic album though. YG had that first joint YG dropped. That shit was incredible.
That's a 100%
classic
classic album.
album.
My
Right.
grandma-
I
Once
mean,
once
like,
you got a
it
couple
is. That's a
classics under
classic
your belt,
album.
once you got a couple classics under your belt, you good, dog. But I think they two are actually probably do good though. You feel me? They do got a lot of more dates.
Who
that's
goes
on the
first?
side,
Who
but
goes
yeah.
first?
It's West Coast. They gonna do it.
You know what I'm saying? YG, he's the bigger artist. Believe it or not, Tyga's, you know what I'm saying? He's leeching off him. Not leeching, but you know what I'm saying? He ride that coattail as far as the tour.
Oh, damn, that's a big thing because
Ain't no big thing. That nigga ain't never sold no fucking venue out like no like
you don't-
YG.
so
YG
wait,
just
wait,
did the
wait.
Forum, nigga.
No.
Are you going to see Tyga at the Forum by himself?
No, but I'm saying
That's
I
what
would
niggas-
think
said, hell
internationally.
no.
I would think internationally Tyga is bigger.
the
Internationally,
records are probably bigger internationally.
yeah, internationally they probably are.
If you
But
talking about taste,
But if you're
Bro,
talking about
Rack
West
City
Coast,
Yeah.
YG got it all day.
But if we, but I wouldn't even say bigger. I'll probably say equal because you still got to sell those tickets. Those hard ticket sales, like
Hard
they,
ticket sales mean a
everybody
lot.
not. All of these niggas, I would say 80% of these niggas are doing the same venues. None of these niggas. That's how I really weigh you as an artist. Like, what venue you doing? Like, these niggas trying to do arenas. Like, and all these other artists are doing the same fucking little, you know what I'm saying, same venue. So y'all niggas all on the same level. So if he go over there, I would think they probably be on the same level. But over here, YG bigger for sure. Oh God. But you know what I'm saying? Gunna finna go and try to do the YouTube theater
he
out
ain't
here.
trying. He doing it.
He is. He's selling his tickets, and he finna do the Barclays. You feel me? As a civilian, do you give a shit?
civilian, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Do you give a shit about artists snitching and doing all of that? You know what I'm saying? In the culture, and you know, really not holding it down.
Man is smiling. Come on, Lotion.
So, Van Lotion, I'm gonna run with that shit. But look, so yes and no. Like, I'm from South Baton Rouge, and it's implanted in my mind to look at that in a certain way. Like my dad, like I was talking to Vlad about this. Like, my daddy wouldn't even call the police for like no reason, and he was a straight up and down civilian type, never no trouble with the law. It was just different. I do think the whole thing is kind of stupid. Like, I think it's dumb, but I mean, you can't help but say, damn, that's kind of fucked up. Not even on a street situation, just if them are your people. If them are your people, then you kind of like, that's kind of fucked up. But at the same time, man, I'm not gonna not listen to Gunna because of what he had going on with them. I'm not in the street like that. You know what I'm saying? If I see you on my block doing some shit, whoop whoop, I'm calling them people. The fuck off my neighborhood. I like it. Get the fuck out of my neighborhood with that shit. You know what I'm
Smac,
saying?
you wanna change
You know what I'm saying? If you a young black male, I'm gonna try to counsel you. I'm like an old
Nigga,
man.
you ain't welcome
Hey, young
here.
brother.
Wow, so if he's white and
hey, young
Mexican,
brother.
you're calling the
Like,
cops?
Like, if he's Mexican, you gotta go. I'm just joking.
Yeah.
I'm joking. But what I'm saying is, like, to me personally, I don't hold those same ethics. It's not a part of like my deal. But I do see why niggas will be like, if that's what you about, I won't fuck with you no more because you said you were about something else. It's not necessarily about snitching for some people. It's about being inauthentic. I think a lot of people want their rappers to be authentic.
Do you feel like in our culture, well, rap in general is just like a hard genre to be in because, you know, like when you get older, you're disrespected. Like if you don't have a certain amount of hits, you're disrespected. If you don't sell a certain amount of albums per week, you disrespected. And it's kind of like, you know, our culture is, you know, homophobic. So if you gay, it's over for you too. And it's a rapper from Chicago, man, named Lil J. He got caught, you feel me, in jail with a nigga sitting on his lap after he
Transgender.
said, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, after he said he wasn't gay, but now he's out, and a lot of people like, you know what?
But you
we
can't.
not fucking with you.
You
no
can't
more.
really say that, bro, because now you got gay people that's very successful in music now.
What rappers though that you know that's just like, you know, that you fuck with that's gay?
I fuck
mean,
with Lil Nas X.
Isaiah Rashad is doing his thing.
Isaiah Rashad is an
But
amazing
he just
artist.
came out though.
So this is why I was.
I'm saying he can still succeed, and his fan base don't care about him. I think the problem
He might
is
get
a
a
lot of
new fan
niggas they lie and say they ain't like that.
Oh, it's
and
about
then
the
they
lying.
get caught up, and
Well,
then that look
yeah,
bad.
it's
But
about the
So
lying.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really necessarily think it's about the lying. I think it's about the homophobia. But my thing is this: what you hope for is change and evolution, and things happen incrementally. There's a lot of reasons why some of these things that you named is a little harder for us. It's harder to think about somebody working with the police because we over police. The police are our enemies. The police kill black people. All of these things are subconscious to where somebody that has proximity to that, you don't want to fucking listen to their music. A lot of the other stuff that we're talking about, we was all raised Christian. The Bible might have some things in it, or does have some things in it that isn't so accepting of gay people. All of these things are things that we work out the more we talk about them. But like, you know, with a lot of this stuff in terms of these rappers, I think it's interesting to me, from knowing what I know and have been in this industry for as long as I have, that anybody thinks that these rappers are who they say that they are. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's
that's
like,
crazy.
These guys are musicians. These are musicians. These are not the dudes that sold the most dope. These are not the dudes that did all of this stuff. These are not the guys. These guys are musicians for the most part. Like, for the most part, these guys are guys that make music, and they're really good at making music. So expecting somebody to be exactly who they even said that they were on a record, when you should know that that's not who they are because they're entertaining, it's a little crazy to me. Now, LA is a little different because almost everybody here that's rapping is in a gang.
No, but Chicago is worse though, because they usually get their reputation by
You're right about
acts
that.
what they've done. So people are looking at that like, anytime you hear about a Chicago rapper dissing a drill rapper, you like, I believe this
Well,
nigga
did
to
this
some
nigga
certain
does this
extent.
nigga ever say he never he let somebody sit on his lap? Does he have a song where he say nobody can sit on my lap?
He's saying that it's fake.
mean,
Like, what,
yeah,
huh?
I mean, I
He
think
said
the
that it
lying
ain't
part
real.
it really get you. But it's just like Boston Richie in a XXL freestyle. He said something about he'll fuck his cousin or something like that. Like, it's crazy. Like,
Hey, no, this was a bar.
That nigga-
Always been
that
a
nigga
freaky
tripping,
G
bro.
trying to
What?
fuck my
niggas
cousin
is
under the
like,
cover.
hold on,
He said,
dog.
"Fuck his
And then he
cousin."
doubled-
Always been freaky, just trying to fuck my cousin under the cover.
And then he doubled down on it. He was like, nigga, everybody done try to fuck their
You
cousin.
lying if you didn't say you never tried to hump your
Yeah, well,
boss,
nigga, I
shout out
didn't.
to you, bro. Shout out to you. I never.
Is that some country shit?
Nah,
Maybe
I'm saying-
because they have a lot of like
Nah, bro, I
family
never-
reunions and shit, and you don't know that's your cousin. Cause you fucked your cousin or something like that, right?
Stand on business.
Oh, wow. See, bro.
Why you do him like
Bro,
that? He
see,
fucking
hey.
his cousin? Oh, nah, man.
No, I'm just saying on back on things we was
Oh,
talking
man.
about fucking a cousin and all that. You said if you really didn't know her.
She wasn't really like that's like my people's you my family, cause my people's married dope people.
Oh, it's marriage.
Yeah, like,
Oh, by marriage,
by
okay.
marriage. My family.
By marriage.
Okay,
So then why'd you call him cousin?
So I gutted her out.
Wait, did you grow up with her your whole life, though?
No.
All right, then.
Now, if you grew up with your cousin your whole life,
So your
She's my
stepsister.
step-cousin. You can't
So your
say my marriage,
stepsister.
I didn't know you from a
It ain't no blood, though.
I was probably
So you gotta give him that. You gotta give him
I was
that.
like 16, going on 17. She
Oh
16.
my God.
At the family reunion.
Nah, man, I ain't be that. I ain't gonna put her out. No, she ain't my cousin though. They not together today. But the people that allegedly made us, yeah. So no.
no, that's like fucking a fucking homie's relative. He's saying his he's saying his cousin, like
He's talking
him and
his
his
real
cousin, like
cousin.
first blood. He trying to fuck. That's
Under the
that's some
cover.
southern shit.
This next one is the one that I am just fucking the dude with the song on how to scam and
You see, YouTube took his shit down?
They took that shit down.
Yep.
Hey, that was hilarious. I seen it on TikTok. I sent it to the homies. I'm like, screen recorded, save.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, damn, if a nigga was broke, I'm gonna
Facts.
I mean, I
He
don't think he was giving all the
No,
game.
he broke that shit down.
But listen.
But how y'all know? Y'all ain't never
Wait a
seen him, like, y'all
minute,
niggas
wait a
raised
minute.
bars
This
before.
nigga was
Like,
telling-
nah, he broke it
Wait a
down,
minute,
like-
wait a minute.
Hey,
Hey,
check it. I
listen,
said to
listen.
the homie that scammed. He said, "Hey, bro, you right."
Hold on. Shout out to him, but he ain't the first to do that. TJX6 was doing this shit way before.
TJ6 came out on the whole show, I think, right?
TJ was doing that shit with him and what's the little nigga name that was his partner? Is it Casher Quan? Them niggas did this shit first, bro. They been doing this shit and was breaking down how to scam. They got popular for that.
Who is that? Him.
6.
This dude is one of the best producers I've seen on any show.
Smac don't like that.
Like
Stand on business.
I'm watching the way y'all put y'all shit. I'm watching the way.
cold. That's Lil Baby right there, man.
I'm watching the way.
Oh, 6 got ran like a bitch.
Like I'm watching the way y'all put y'all shit down.
Yeah.
And a topic will come in and we'll be talking about it. He'll give you more options to talk about. He quick, like he on his shit right now.
Smac wanted to fire him.
Damn, why? Smack? Like why is he on fire? He a beast, bro.
Oh my
There's
God.
out there that's even beastier than him that can do that same shit. Nah, that's my boy. That's my boy.
Hey, he told me before the show was over. He said,
believe it.
nigga,
What am I
he
starting?
said, you about to get replaced soon.
Yeah. Hey, T-Rell, they were arguing for like 5 minutes right
He
now.
a beast, bro.
No, but
Yeah.
TJX6, he did that shit first, bro.
I
And
never heard of him.
this is years
He
ago.
came out in a documentary, right, AD?
Who?
TJ6, he came out in a
Bro,
documentary.
he was the one. He was actually scamming his fans too.
Who did he scam? He scammed Nicki Minaj?
Oh no, Black China.
Black China.
He scammed Black China.
How was he scamming? What was he doing?
He like hacked into his shit and
No, he had her post some stuff up like he's selling some shit, and then he like got the money back from his PayPal or something, if I remember correct.
Shit, like a chargeback type.
Yeah. He was really doing it, but the nigga that's doing this shit right now, he getting the praise for it, but TJS6 did that shit first. We gotta let it be known.
Man, this is actually crazy, man. A search warrant has been issued to the uncle's house of Tupac's alleged killer. For what?
Man, let it go, man.
Freaky Drake.
Oh, you just told. So, yeah. Hey, look, check this out.
Freaky J, you better get out of town.
Listen.
Get out of town, Freaky J.
Freaky J, get the fuck
Freaky J, you better leave, bro.
Damn, bro.
Fuck all that. Check this out. No, shut up. Check this out. Let me talk.
Bro,
I'm
First
not
48
doing no
getting some
look,
McDonald's, bro.
Look, I'm not doing no telling, but listen. Listen. How I'ma tell that man told on his goddamn stuff. He on every interview talking about his nephew did it and all shit. I ain't telling shit. I'm going off with the blogs and saying it when he's saying out his goddamn mouth. Yeah, you know, they jumped my nephew, so now we was riding around. We went to the little hood, whatever.
Also, that's what they finna do right now.
Man, listen.
Yeah,
Pac
they
is
finna-
dead. His alleged killer is dead, man.
Man, it's over with,
This
man. I
news
ain't
is
tryna-
over.
I
Nothing
ain't
to
tryna
gain.
hear about that shit,
Wait a minute.
man.
What you think about the girl that they said was lost?
Oh, they saying she was lying.
No.
What's
Do
her
you
name?
know? Wait a
Harley
minute.
Russell. She
Harley
was.
Do you
Russell.
know
She was
they
lying.
this is her search history. Her search history was taking money from a register without being caught. One-way bus ticket. Do you have to pay for an Amber Alert? She Googled the film Taken and how to take money from a cash register without being caught.
Right. She Googled.
She Googled
Yeah,
all
she
that
gotta
shit
go to
before she
jail,
did what she
bro.
did.
She gotta go to
Who
jail.
deemed her
What did she
missing?
do?
She
What
deemed
happened?
herself. She called on herself.
Actually, can I be honest
My
with you?
nigga,
though?
how you looking at
Can I be-
Taken
can I be-
before you
can I
do
be
this
real
shit?
with you? I'm not so sure she broke any laws though,
what did she do?
because she did all of this right. She didn't call the police
And said she was missing.
or say she was. I don't think. Now that I think about it, I don't think she broke any laws, bro.
People
Who
assume
called the police and said
people
she was
assumed
missing?
she was missing. They couldn't find her.
But so they called the police because they
They
couldn't
said
find
they
her.
couldn't find her.
Did she call 911?
She called 911. They have a call. And she was
Yeah.
saying I
Oh,
was
she
watching.
called
I was
911.
it was a
She
4-year-old
did.
on the highway.
Or was she on the
Oh,
phone
yeah,
with her cousin?
yeah,
I think.
yeah.
I think she did call 911.
Wait, so what happened? What's the breakdown of it?
She was on the highway with a kid that was walking on the highway. She was trying to protect him. She called 911.
And they said they couldn't find her after that.
And then after that, they couldn't find her.
And people thought that there was a situation to where
Where the
someone
got kidnapped.
they
something
kidnapped
like-
the kid
yeah.
and then they kidnapped her.
What the fuck?
She just wanted to go
How did
missing.
she just end up just coming
She
back?
just wanted to
though?
go
She came
missing.
back
She came back on her own.
as if she had been let out by whoever held her captive.
Oh my!
She came back.
Wow.
Her family was there, and then
She was playing dead. She was playing the victim.
So she was mad about losing the meat.
same thing, bro.
She wanted to know who really cared about her.
And then she got everybody all. We could probably lead the podcast with this tomorrow. She got everybody all up in arms, and just was a lot of shit made of it.
But there was a lot of people upset too about that, and then a lot of people on the internet saying, "Oh, see, that's why we can't never believe anybody." Then you have the
crying wolf
folks,
method.
No, but then you have your folks that saying, whatever black folk or whatever black person said they're missing or whatever the case, I'm gonna always believe them. I'm gonna always trust them. Yeah, so you can't
And let's circle back to what was that 2-3 weeks ago. The motherfucker that faked his own death and came back in the helicopter.
Nobody
the
said
fucking
nothing.
dead. Ain't nobody say nothing about that though.
I didn't even hear about that.
Yeah,
he came to his
fake. He came to his fake funeral to see, his family and shit, see who cared and gave a fuck about him.
That's where we go. White
I'm not
privilege
gonna lie,
again.
bro. That's kind of cold, nigga.
That's cold.
That's kind of cold. That's how you can figure out who to write out the motherfucking will and all of that shit. That's kind of cold.
That's actually crazy though. You might faking your death though. That ain't that
it's illegal.
Landed right there while they doing the funeral.
Yeah.
Nigga in the helicopter, he came and popped out.
Dang, nigga, helicopter. They was like, who is that? He like,
Why they at
"It's
his
me."
funeral?
It's me, nigga.
Yeah, they like, what?
So they had a closed casket.
I guess so, cuz.
What if they put somebody in there? I don't think it's that deep though.
I'm just saying, it can get like that. Ooh.
All right, cuz, this is my worst fear out here, man. Because I really love French fries, cuz. I really love French fries, cuz.
I know where you going with this.
So, a lady at Burger King, you feel me? She needs to be arrested or kicked. She's serving people food out the trash.
This
can,
bitch making it seem like it's her commerce or something. Like if she's investing in the fries or something.
Nigga, she just mad at the
An
world.
assistant manager at Burger King was arrested for serving French fries from the garbage to customers, homie. Why, dog?
Why was she doing that?
Burger King was at in LA.
Fuck no, nigga.
I just had Burger King on Burger King. I swear to God, my stomach hurt. Oh, no, I'm suing that. My stomach hurt. Oh, shit.
She was arrested for malicious tampering with human food.
Yeah, she got
After a complaint was filed that the fries are being served from the garbage. Wow.
How would they know that, though?
Somebody
You
must
would
have
know
read
if
it,
you
bro.
really know your fries.
Somebody must have ratted, bro. Somebody had to tell on her.
No, but like an employee had to do
Somebody
it.
had to rat.
Because she was the
somebody had to
manager,
tell
she
her.
would have. She knows how to fuck
She
with the
might have
cameras
pissed
and all that.
somebody off or
Yeah.
something like that, and then they told.
Somebody had like a Jolly Rancher rapper in they fucking shit.
Yeah.
They
That
had
is
something.
Crazy for doing that shit. You was funky cock bitch. We got to go back to that shit. That's my worst fear, but that's why I'll be talking shit to the people in line. I know niggas' wives and girls' friends be doing that shit. Where my shit at? Get that, you forgot the thing. Like, nah, see, I don't do type of shit, homie. Like, nigga, give me the extra napkins. No, nigga, she didn't put the cheeseburger in. I'm like, oh, nigga, because they'll spit on your food and do all the whole little shit, and we ain't trying
I'm
to
the
get to that.
nicest to people in restaurants, and it's all gravy. Because they'll fuck over you the whole nine. You don't want to piss them people off, bro. Get your
Yeah,
fries out
man.
the garbage and shit.
And you feel me? In sports news, you feel me? I really like the NIL, and you get paid. These college players get paid now, and they're actually staying in college a lot longer. I think it's making them stay a lot longer, even though they're getting paid. But Deion Sanders' son just bought a Maybach. He ain't played one game. That's hard.
I don't think that's so smart.
Why? His daddy already.
First of
rich.
all,
Ain't
your
like he
daddy,
can't get
Deion
it
Sanders, he
anyway.
good.
Ain't like he can't get it anyway. But you know what I'm saying? Do we think this is like great for the players, the college players? Like, do we think, you know what I'm saying, this is the best idea?
It's gonna be a lot more bitches getting pregnant, I tell you that.
Yeah, it's a good idea. You know what I mean?
Watch.
What?
I think they'll protect their money way more.
Hell no, these young niggas.
Yeah, bro, he just bought a Maybach
They gonna
with his
get
first
tricked.
check.
So he tricking already.
All these niggas about to be tricking.
So it's gonna be a lot of less people,
It ain't tricking. Like, look what daddy.
but it'll probably be less people in the fucking leagues then.
I mean, in some places, like for example, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, to the ladies from the from LSU, Go Tigers, and from Iowa that were in the national championship game, it's actually more lucrative for them to stay in college and not go to the WNBA, because once they hit the WNBA, they're actually taking a pay cut because their NIL money is so crazy. While they're in college, they have no.
I really don't understand it. How would it go backwards?
Because
that is crazy. Because that
Is
young
it
lady did say
viewership?
she was making way more money in college
the
than she's
structure of
staying.
the NIL is like this. So the name, image, and likeness stuff, the structure of the NIL, it goes basically they're NIL brokers at different schools. Now, I'm not sure why you couldn't still work with these people while you're in whatever professional league you're in, but like you have people, and they are essentially really what they're doing is they're luring the athletes to these schools by giving them different deals and different opportunities and stuff like that. And once you're gone, once you've left,
they leave too.
Those people don't really need you anymore because you're not playing for the school that they want to win. Like if you have $100 million and you want LSU to win the national championship and you own a law firm or a car dealership, then you have these players, you give them all this NIL money to pump your car dealership or whatever. But it's really just money that you can give them so that they can come to LSU.
I would have thought going, in the league, you would have way more brand deals.
Yeah, in the NBA, not the WNBA, not with the low ticket
way more
sales.
brand deals though, but it's still like way more. You know what I'm saying? People that can give you money, investors. Like I would have thought it'd been way more investors and way more brand deals once you get to the league.
She's getting paid more than everybody in WNBA.
Bro, 1.4 million is crazy. Annually right now for the WNBA, that's the most.
That's
like,
the highest
the
paid
highest paid players,
234,000.
234,000.
Yes,
that's the
How
highest.
are they making it?
Because the NBA was mad. This nigga like this nigga T-Rell a feminist. He's like, they're gonna pay these ladies more. I love it.
And they gonna go to one game.
Because the NBA
Ain't never been to one Sparks game.
The WNBA doesn't turn a profit.
Yeah.
The NBA pays for the WNBA. It subsidizes the WNBA.
So
It's like a write-off. It's like a tax write-off.
So, but I will say this though, the league is growing. So this year, the WNBA I think is projected to make around $230 million. Now, obviously, the NBA makes like $10 billion a year. So it's like there's still a huge difference, but the league is growing, and when you get more players and different people watching the game, maybe it'll change.
You see what Shaq said?
Shaq said they should make it
Shaq said they should
court smaller.
lower the court smaller, and then they
Because
just
they're
be
missing the
dunking.
dunk.
And just so they can dunk the ball.
I would watch that.
So smart.
I would watch that.
Lower the court.
They don't like it when you say that though.
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's kind of like saying like we can't keep up with the man.
Yeah, they don't like it when
You
say
can't.
But I'm here
He ain't a feminist no more.
he just
What are we talking about? You
He ain't a
can't.
feminist no more.
They don't like it when you say that.
Oh, well, you can't. That's like, you know what I'm saying? That's what the transgender shit we was talking about. Like, should transgender men get to play in women's sports? I'm like, no. What if Dennis Rodman went to the fucking WNBA right now? Like, what the fuck? And he wanted to be a woman.
You know what y'all should do?
That's terrible.
You know what y'all should do? I think it's time, because, we speak on these issues and, we talk on these issues. I think it's time for y'all here, FIGGMUNITY World, to have a transgender guest on so that y'all could shoot it back and forth. And I think you guys see people, I'm being for real.
Now look at you trying to set us up.
I think you guys would be surprised with some of the knowledge that gets dropped and the science surrounding those issues. And that would be, I'm gonna be honest with you. Y'all could put that on Patreon, and I would literally pay $200 to watch that motherfucker.
And he gotta sit in the middle of the whole thing. You right there. You gotta sit right there.
Yeah, but
How you feel, Smac?
look, when we talk about the black community, we talking about the whole black community. We talk about our trans brothers and sisters, our gay brothers and sisters.
Okay.
Y'all open up the podcast.
You in your porn? Yeah, he in his porn bag right now.
I'm comfortable who I am.
What questions would you have for a transgender that just sat right here on this couch?
He like, so how you getting
Everybody,
out?
everybody, what questions? When y'all have the first trans guest on the, and it's really important, really, to have these conversations. What questions
What
would
would
y'all
be your
have?
first question?
I already interviewed.
Okay, well, tell us which one was your first question.
I mean, we talked to Raquel Willis. I would ask, like, it would always be about something topical, but like we talked about the swimmer. Remember the swimmer that won all the races? And my whole thing was this, because I'm not as educated on that as I am on other stuff, right? My thing was, it seems to me that if you went through puberty as a man, that it would give you an advantage, right? And so it would give you an advantage in sports where you're up against a woman. Your muscle density is different. Your bone density is different. Your muscle composition is different. It seems like it would give you an advantage. Why am I crazy for thinking that? I don't want to be a bigot, but why am I crazy for thinking that? So I talked to Raquel Willis about it. We've had a couple of trans guests on there. It's good to have the conversation.
My question would be like, why would you want your balls like right there?
This nigga.
T-Rell,
like,
excuse me.
Asking like,
Excuse me, T-Rell.
That hurt. That hurt.
T-Rell, hey, T-Rell, you gonna be like, do you miss your dick?
No, because some of them still got the urine in
Did they give you the urine after they cut it off?
Some of them still got the
I want
urine.
to ask him what made y'all go this route. What possessed you in your head to
Hold
make you go
on,
this route?
wait. That right there
Yeah.
is the best possible question. Y'all hating. But not what possessed.
That's a real question.
Not what possessed you, but like what inside of you was telling you that you were of a different gender.
like,
that's the question that everybody needs to understand. That's the best question. Y'all was trying to get at. Smack fucked over all y'all with the question.
Yeah, we still gonna laugh about that shit and keep it real.
But should we keep going or should we get the fuck up out of here?
I want to do. Can we do the Jordan Poole situation?
All right, let's do the Jordan Poole situation.
Let's do it.
Bro, that's crazy, bro. His daddy came out and called Draymond Green a soft ass bitch, and he lame. Me and him can meet anytime. He want to fight. Jordan Poole daddy want to fight Draymond Green.
And hey, Draymond, he handled it the right way. He basically said, you got to stand on that. Hit it, 6.
I can't hear it.
Ain't no sound.
No,
ain't
it's
no
tweets.
sound.
Okay, I see it.
Draymond tweeted that back at him?
Yeah,
He
go back to
treated
the
that back
tweet.
at
It's
him.
right there in the link. That's not his tweet. That's the guy's tweet. Oh, yeah. Oh,
What did Draymond say? Because I hadn't heard of the
No, he
story till I just
responded.
got
He
late.
basically
Some of they're saying that Draymond
he basically said he
like,
ain't
stand up.
ducking. He ain't no way that you gonna miss me and stuff like that. And he like basically don't do this because you gonna have to stand on that.
Jordan Poole, that need to understand that the NBA is a business. And so
I mean, but if that's your son, you gonna be like, fuck
NBA is
that
a
nigga.
business. You just hold on. You just knocked me out, my boy. You know what I mean? Man,
Yeah,
you
but-
keep talking shit, and we stood on business. We tried to be professional. We got the chili. You still talking shit.
Yeah, but then Draymond got his ass out of there, huh?
Because Poole could have really ended this whole shit. Poole could have been like, bro, look, I don't feel safe. All the whole little shit, press charges, all that. Once you get doing all of that, you done for the night.
Could any of y'all...
wait, who would have been done?
Draymond.
If Poole would have pressed charges on
that's what he
Draymond,
said.
he would have not been done.
Why you not
If he
gonna
would
be
have
done?
pressed charges on him and made
Bro,
this
you
a
know how
big
many?
thing,
Bro, you know how much nobody's ever gonna fuck with Poole. They would have
Don't
traded him
matter.
right away.
Ain't
It
nobody-
would have ruined. It
ain't
would have ruined the
nobody bigger than
brotherhood.
the program, bro.
It would have ruined
It would've been
the
the end of his
brotherhood
career.
and the NBA.
ain't nobody bigger than the program,
no.
bro.
He can't. He would not have been able to press charges.
Yeah,
Nobody's gonna
there's
want him
no
in the
way
locker
you
room.
would have been able to press charges.
Nobody's gonna want him in the locker room if he presses
Nobody
charges.
ever.
No one.
No, yeah, he
Yeah,
would have
no
been
one-
black.
But
belt.
he's still, if he wanted to do that,
What you're saying is he's saying I'm gonna call the cops on my teammate because we had a disagreement over a play. That's what you're saying.
his
That
NBA
sounds
career will
fucking
be
crazy.
done, but that nigga should be done too.
Well, I'm gonna tell
if he
you
went the
what.
whole 9 yards with
I
it.
promise you, Draymond would have won that case and 10 out of 10.
No, well, he assaulted him on camera. If he pressed charges, Draymond going to jail.
He's going
Facts.
to jail.
Like-
no more NBA career. I saved
yeah.
your life. Shut your
He's
bitch
going
ass
to jail.
up.
He punched. He
Bro.
My
slapped the
nigga,
shit out
in
of him.
4K.
Like he's.
Didn't Rajon Rondo spit on Chris Paul and he didn't go to jail?
all, that stuff, but I'm saying that stuff happened during
That's
the
in a
game.
fucking game.
Like, yeah, I like if
Yeah,
you,
yeah, bro.
if he wanted to press an assault charge on him,
Didn't Ron
it's
Artest
open-
elbow
it's
the
open-
fuck out of James
it's
Harden
open
in
as
his
shit.
face? But did he go to jail?
Hey, no, but there's
Did
a
it-
difference with somebody
That was
pressing
meta.
charges on you.
Meta.
Going to the police
His
and
name was
saying
Ron
that
Artest
shit.
at the moment.
Yeah, Ron,
He wasn't meta at the moment.
It wasn't meta.
There
Yeah,
was no
you're
world
right.
peace there.
He did elbow the shit out of him. Though.
But what I'm saying is, Ron Artest didn't go to jail for fighting all them fucking.
He tried to flatten the
that
homie
would have been
head.
a fine. I'm pretty sure there's something in their contracts where your ass can't. If we get into a fight or have a disagreement, you cannot motherfucking sue me or none of that. I
Okay,
promise you.
Swaggy P got hated on by damn, what's my boy name from the Lakers? D'Angelo Russell. D'Angelo Russell, man, he hated on that nigga. You feel me? Like, why is it still trust in the locker room? That's the ultimate betrayal right there.
Over the
Hating
Iggy
on
shit,
him.
right?
Over the Iggy shit. You feel me? Like,
That
that's
was
the
bad,
ultimate.
though.
Yeah, that's the
That was
ultimate
no, that
betrayal.
was bad. But I think he got traded right after.
Traded him.
Yeah, they traded him, but you got to go to another locker room. You a bitch after that.
I mean, let's keep it real. Kobe did the same thing to Shaq though. Yeah,
He said what?
He said the same shit.
Come on, bro.
R.P. to Kobe. He did the
What
same
did
thing to
Kobe
Shaq.
say, cuz?
He basically.
What did Kobe say?
Man, am I lying?
Nah, he right.
Man, am I lying?
Hey, bro, come
No,
on,
no,
man.
no.
lying.
Yeah, he right. He right.
So,
I
Vince,
love
Derek
Kobe.
Fisher.
Stop.
But Kobe-
Don't put no spot on my name with Kobe.
Hey,
bro. That's like-
listen, I love Kobe, but Kobe
Love
did it
Kobe.
to Shaq though.
what did he say?
Derek Fisher.
He basically said, look, Kobe got caught for cheating. He was like, nigga, Shaq do it.
He said,
Basically.
Oh,
when Kobe
God.
when Kobe out, bruh, love to Kobe, his family.
Shout out
the whole
Kobe.
We
lot.
love Kobe.
But when Kobe got arrested and he was talking to the police, he said, I should have just paid like Shaq does with his girls. Allegedly.
Allegedly. So that's not in the paperwork.
Allegedly.
So all
them
this is
niggas,
alleged.
them niggas was mad. Shaq was mad
I
at that
have a
nigga
question-
for
I
a
have a
long
question.
time.
Bro, Derek Fisher was fucking Matt Barnes' bitch at his house that he's paid for.
Matt pulled up,
and
though.
Matt Barnes
Matt pulled up.
and-
Matt
and-
pulled up.
Yeah, and Derek Fisher still went on
As
the
he
team.
should.
When it comes to brother shit, when it comes to basketball shit, I think that's totally different than when it comes to
They wasn't on
us.
the same team
they,
what I'm
they were
saying-
teammates before.
before. Yeah, they
exactly.
wasn't on the same
And
team.
Derek Fisher, I think, still went to a team after that.
Sprewell choked his coach.
I mean, that's
Oh,
different.
you're gonna press charges on Draymond? Get the fuck out of here.
but
listen,
nobody
has
pressed
anybody
charges,
pressed
though.
charges before? That's
Not
what we're
yet.
saying.
Yeah, nobody
Not
pressed
yet.
charges.
Jordan
Exactly.
Poole. I don't think Jordan Poole in his head was like, "Damn, I just got my ass knocked out." by
Nigga,
Draymond.
we
Maybe I
said
should-"
y'all-
if he did.
Could y'all, if y'all had a great business relationship with someone, let's say a business relationship where you was making $100 million, like Jordan Poole making $100 million, and nigga socked you out, could you go on working with him, just piece it up without at least catching
We
him?
gonna get out off camera.
Yeah.
At least let me
So
get
you
my
gotta
issue.
get out. You
Oh
gotta-
yeah,
you
I mean,
gotta get
we
out.
gotta get
I
cracking.
think you have to. After that, we could be cool.
You ain't
because-
about to sucker punch
Hey,
me
so
and then have that shit
I
like
think
that.
after that they could be cool because
Yeah, it's cool,
I remember
man.
them preaching that was little bro, and they just had a misunderstanding and they didn't get along. But fuck it, we gotta win these games.
This is a crazy one though, right here with Delonte West, and people had to really remind me because I'm really looking at this man on the street. I'm like, fuck, he fucked up. You feel me? Ex-NBA player. He owned crack or whatever. He can't get his life together. But he definitely was on a team with LeBron and then start fucking LeBron mama, cuz.
He said, yo, crack.
Hey, LeBron, he was fucking.
I forgot about that. But I'm telling you,
He
who
was fucking
didn't
one-
forget about that?
He was fucking one of the greatest mamas. Imagine fucking MJ's mom.
Bro,
My nigga, that's cold. We play around like that, bro. But
y'all
that's
niggas
some sick
this
shit.
nigga,
Wow.
that's why my
Delonte
boy
West, bro.
cracked out. I'm telling
I know,
y'all.
bro. That's like,
Nigga said, yo,
Oh,
crack.
so you think because he fucked LeBron's mom, they
niggas was
planted
like, we
coke
gonna
and
get
crack
you.
on him?
They got him out of there.
Man, they put something
bro,
in
help
that nigga
Delonte,
shit,
bro.
homie.
We don't know.
Hey, look at that nigga now, bro.
They said he put some.
He was on the team
He
with
said they put some
LeBron.
of that nigga
Oh.
shit.
Look at bro. Show
Hey,
this picture to
hey,
everybody.
Delonte, nigga, hit this Casamigos.
Bro.
Nigga start.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that
bro.
nigga start saying,
Man, y'all stop, dog. Delonte, bro. I hope the best for Delonte.
Yeah, we all the best for you, Delonte.
I hope the best for Delonte.
Hey,
that
T-Rell.
nigga Delonte start going
Hey,
crazy.
them big ass cigarettes. Hey, them big ass cigarettes LeBron smoked. He put a little crack in
Oh
that
my
motherfucker and said,
God,
Delonte, this was for me and my mama, bitch.
Fuck, you
I'ma
should
get
have fucked that
canceled.
nigga mama, homie. Hey, watch your drinks, but Smack don't get you, cuz.
I come in peace, man.
Don't take
Come in
no
peace.
cups from bro.
T-Rell, what you're preaching is that LeBron made Delonte West a crackhead.
Y'all stop, dog. Like,
The GOAT, the greatest.
Bro,
A kid from
like
Akron.
he said, when you get in those rooms, you gotta do what you gotta do.
There's like, this nigga done broke the ultimate barrier.
He fucked my mama. hey, so who was in the meeting?
Bro, we
MJ,
ain't
Kobe,
Bro, we ain't
LeBron.
seen her since.
who?
His mama, homie.
Huh?
We haven't seen her since, homie.
Cracked up?
Hey, look, stand
kinda
this
right
out,
on
homie,
that.
because I'll kill everybody in here.
You kind of right on that.
We ain't seen her since. All right, we gonna get up out of here, bro. Hey, nah, we ain't gonna do that. I'm out
Shout
of
out
here
to
because he'll
LeBron.
get you.
Shout out to Miss
You know what I'm
Gloria,
saying?
bro.
Shout out everybody.
Hey,
Shame on you,
Miss
He
man.
gonna get bad next.
Hey, look, check this out. Hold on before we
Hey,
leave.
Joe, Delonte was way smoked out before that. That's crazy.
Nah, man, that shit is crazy, man. Shout out to you, my boy. But you know what I'm saying? Thank you for Van Lathan coming, man.
Y'all,
on the
I'll come
show,
back
man.
anytime, bro.
Yeah,
That was
man.
a
Yes,
funny
Thank you,
sir,
bro.
Man. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for the lecture, man.
Oh yeah, hey.
Which one?
Hey.
One or the other one?
And in the next hour, we're gonna get on the GTA server too. So
Van
everybody
Lotion,
come
bro.
turn the fuck up.
Yeah.
Van Lotion, man.
And make sure you hit the links, man. Hit the link. It's going to be in our description, too, for our live show, man. Novo, San Francisco, New York. We doing it up. Don't worry about nothing. Make sure you like this video before you get up out of here, man. We love y'all to death. We gone, man.